to like restart all that. Hold on, give me just a moment, guys. My freaking phone's being a bit slow. It's being a little weird right now. Had to close all my apps and refresh them. Got 9 notifications. Alright, we are indeed live.
I said you were live.
Go. Oh, I could not hear you. I'm sorry, Kat.
Oh.
Like, I heard that you said something, I could not hear what it was that you said. Does that make sense?
Oh. Yeah.
I was about to ask you what it was, but then I clicked the thing on my YouTube and showed that I was live, so the first thing that came out of my life were, we are live! So anyway, welcome. I am Damionpyro, and he's...
I'm ChillenCat.
Nice speed. Appreciate that. Anyway, and this is our Nerd Talk Live podcast, week 3. Well, you know, we do every Wednesday. We're starting to do a podcast. Me and Kat started this 3 weeks ago. We're going to talk about a bunch of nerdy crap, you know, with everybody. And it's just having fun. We will get, you know, better structured and more scripted as we go along, but it's just something new, and we're just kind of building it up from here. And, you know, learning as we go. So, hope you guys join us here in the adventures as we continue on. We're just playing random games in the background. I think Kat's on Fortnite right now, because we kind of got him burnt out on Xenoverse with this Festival of Universes.
I'm actually in the fucking home screen.
On Xenoverse?
Nah.
Or on Fortnite?
PlayStation.
Oh, on PlayStation home screen? Bro's just chilling.
Chilling.
He's ready to talk. So, one of the first things that I wanted to talk about here, and I'm going to start doing that while we just kind of stand here in freaking the Festival of Universes arena and freaking get started with setting up my stream all the way, because it's not finished setting up. But one of the things I want to talk about is I have recently watched, and we were going to talk about it last week, but I didn't get to, the My Hero Academia Your Next Movie. So we're going to start off with spoiler-free. And then I'm going to warn everybody before I start talking a little more in depth about it, where there's going to be spoilers and things like that. Because, you know, I want people to get a chance to, like, go away for a little bit if they need to. Or if you're watching this later as a VOD, skip ahead. You know? But, starting off with a spoiler-free review. So, I highly enjoyed it, okay? Had good story pacing. They made good use of all the characters that they were in. I didn't feel like anybody was, you know, too underused or too overused at any points. We had a good showcase of Midoriya's, you know, newer powers, which we're not going to talk about in case you haven't seen any of this stuff. All right. Solid animation, great fights, a fairly decent story, a very intriguing villain, and all in all, if you're a My Hero Academia fan, it is very, very much so worth it to watch this movie. And I know I'm kind of late, so a lot of you probably have already watched the movie. But just in case there's anybody here that's a My Hero fan that hasn't, we're starting off with this very short, spoiler-free review. Now, we got about 10-15 seconds here, give you a chance to skip ahead or walk away, because it's spoiler time. Alright. I'm going to start off talking about the first villain. And Kat, so I want to know what your... thoughts on the very intro villain, you know, the one when he kidnapped the little, like, semi-protagonist girl, the one who has the fucking crazy power. Since he's half protagonist, half antagonist, really, if you look at her like that. But the guy that had all the mouths coming out of his body, right?
Oh, the mouth, yeah. Oh,
yeah, what do you think of that guy? Like, as an initial start of the movie, just like right off the bat, after they start, well, you know, they start off with them capturing the random unnamed villains and stuff like that, but freaking like that was the first like serious guy that they kind of had some problems with. Cause I have a theory about him personally.
Yeah. He's all right.
Yeah. So, besides him kind of being a little bit lame as a character, I think he had a pretty neat design, but I think because, you know, he was using her to increase his power, so I think that her power actually just evolves powers more or less than increasing their actual power, right? And we'll talk more about that as we get deeper into the movie. But, so, I think all the extra mouths that were growing off his body, kind of like tentacles that had the mouths on the end, I think that was actually as a result of her growing his power to make him develop the extra mouth. Because when they first talk about his quirk, it just mentions a mouth on his stomach. Does not mention him coming out of his fucking shoulder blades and shit like that. And at one point where she increases his power again, right?
Mm-hmm.
He grows even more, like they like webbing between the tentacles, and more of them pop up and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it really makes me think that that's actually what her power was to actually evolve people, because they never really go into what her power exactly does. You know?
Yeah.
And I did think it was cool that at first I thought because like when they had him running around and getting more powerful as he was touching her, I was like, oh great, so she's gonna power up Midoriya at one point so he can defeat the final villain. But then she goes to touch her, and her power fucking rejects him, and he starts feeling pain. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. So I thought that was an interesting choice for them to do. The introduction of what do they call him, Dark Might, or although he was posing as the new All Might at first. Right? When they first showed him in the very beginning of the movie, while he still had the mask on and everything, what did you think about that?
It was cool.
I thought he was weirdo. Like, when they pan out and it shows all the fucking pictures and newsletters and all the stuff about All Might all over his rooms, while he's freaking clapping, bravo, bravo! Bro was like Class A1 stalker. Freaking type of vibe going on. Kind of freaky. Like, bro was so obsessed with All Might that as we know, he freaking had his face redesigned to look like All Might.
Yeah.
At first I thought he had reconstructive surgery because of the mask and stuff that he had on. I thought that was just kind of cover his face up while it healed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing they reveal later was really freaking weird. I do like that, like, right off the bat, though, they start showcasing that Midoriya has, you know, pretty much control over every one of the powers granted to him by All for One.
Yeah.
Or One for All. Not All for One, One for All. Right? Like, just going straight off, basically flying like Superman across the map right in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? They had some pretty decent music choices. I still think, like, I do rock with My Hero Academia, both subbed and dubbed, but I think on this one I actually preferred the sub version. Just like some of the lines seem to flow better with it. Although I enjoyed Dark Might in English dub better, but you know, it's fucking Chris the Bat. What are you gonna do? Rose badass. And hearing him as villain All Might was just amazing.
Yeah.
Something I needed in my life. But I did watch the sub version first, too, so I might be a little more partial to it just because that's the version of it I watched first. Okay, so I have Gotenks done too now, by the way, Mahari. Just a little random sidestep out of the way.
Oh yeah, we also have Mahari.
Yes, also, yeah. He's here, but he's gonna be introduced here in a bit. He wanted to be introduced differently. Alright.
Oh. Everybody forgot about that. Everybody.
Yeah.
Do the Men in Black shit.
Cat said, Men in Black memory flash. Gone.
Yes.
But anyway, back to the movie, okay? So, I did not expect him to suddenly, like, blast out that weird, like, goopy energy crap out of his body, right? Mm-hmm. Which I also wish they would have explained what his freaking, power is, because it just seemed like some OP hack bullshit. From what I can tell, anything that has gold on it, he can just make fucking reality warping powers out of gold to construct or do whatever he wants with the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they didn't really explain that shit. At first, I was like,
crazy.
maybe he's got some magic enchanted rings, like by somebody's quirk or something. Not exactly magic, but, you know, like quirk enhanced rings, or like that had something to do with his rings. Because, you know, that first thing he does, he throws that fucking gold punch out of the ring, right? Sends that guy fucking flying. Fucking All Might level punch, you know?
Yeah.
But then he starts flicking the fucking coins everywhere and, like, making video cameras and shit like that. I'm like, bro, what is this guy's power?
For real.
And they never explain it. That is one qualm I have with the movie. They never explain what his power is. Every freaking movie up until now, they've explained what the bad guy's power is. I'm just convinced that bro was so obsessed with All Might to develop some kind of hacks bullshit power.
For real.
And I know he was getting enhanced by her to make his power at that level, but like, what was it to be enhanced and evolved into whatever that was? Like, bro created a fucking bubble that absorbed, what, fucking thousands of people, put them in this fucking
Yep.
weird world that he controls, and then formed the bubble into a boat that he was flying around the fucking Japan. The fucking airboat, just fucking flying, looks like a fucking cruise liner, just sailing through the sky for some fucking reason, right? Having all the pro heroes and shit, not able to fucking even put a scratch in it, seemed like. Fucking, we got Endeavor out here trying to be fucking Vegeta, fucking trying to fucking Final Flash level prominence burns and shit like that.
No, right?
Like, even copying his fucking little arm spread movement from Final Flash and everything. Yeah, bro, still took forever. And then, was it like Shiro or somebody had to blow it up from the inside for him to be able to fucking blast his way
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit was getting pretty fucking intense with that. But it was like, damn, like, what? This guy was doing all of this while simultaneously inside creating armies of soldiers, making little pocket dimension rooms, various areas, fucking, and fighting Midoriya.
For real.
Like, bro was multitasking like crazy. And then, they get to the freaking, you got everybody, they're forcing them in line to touch her to see if they're compatible with her powers or not. I'm really surprised. And I feel like they kind of wasted the potential to give us a good Bakugo versus Deku fight.
Yeah.
Because it would have been so cool because they had the girl over there that was freaking mind controlling people,
Yeah.
And, freaking... they were using her to control people that were, getting enhanced by that power. So it'd been cool if Bakugo was compatible with her power.
Yeah.
Because then we could have got like a fight where Midoriya has to fight him and like knock him out, get his freaking like back to his senses or something like that. Or what did they do to freaking snap her out of it? Oh no, they had to go inside of it to snap her out of it. That's right. So there's got to have a limited range to it, though, because freaking, when that one guy was running away from her, she looked like she was back to her senses. Like the guy that captured her in the very beginning, the mouth guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Although, there were some, I do think, like, I would have wished some of the fights were a little bit better. Like, I wish they would have spent a little more time with, Todoroki and Bakugo versus that, guy that could teleport and the guy that had telekinesis. Feel like,
yeah.
They set them two up to be like really strong just for them to get taken down what I felt like was fairly easily. But I guess they did need Bakugo and Todoroki to be at pretty much like full HP to help Midoriya with Dark Might.
Yeah.
Which was a crazy fight all the way through. But there's the one thing that always happens in my hero movies, and I just don't understand why it's always at the very end Midoriya goes into his damn weird lightning flowing through his veins looking like a god with fucking blue lightning crap coming out of his eyes mode that he always goes into. He starts punching everything and it's turning into cubes. And then fucking somehow Todoroki and Bakugo are like, nah, bet we can keep up with this somehow with our fucking quirks. Even though we couldn't keep up with any of this shit previously. And before we get to the big finale finish, because this did happen before that happened, whenever I thought they beat him the first time before he turned all monster form when her power went out of control, when they exploded his fucking All Might face to show his real face underneath it.
Yeah.
What did you think of the basic United States of Smash, but without saying United States of Smash? Bro hit him with every goddamn state smash. Shit, fucking one after another, fucking comboing those shit up, and he did it shoot style too, which I appreciate because I hadn't seen all those smashes in shoot style yet. The fucking Oklahoma one was lit.
Yeah, it was.
Which, you know, I'm not just biased because I live in Oklahoma. It's just fucking shit kicked so hard that it made a fucking tornado. That's just bad. Bro fucking unleashed that shit on them. And then bro drank a big old tub of haterade, realizing that Midoriya was the one that All Might was talking about. Also, for somebody who idolized All Might as much as he said he did, what the fuck were those weird-ass attack names?
Who the hell
You figure
knows?
he would have done, like, his own version of it, like, other fucking countries or something like that. Like, I was waiting for, like, an Ontario smash or something like that.
Yeah.
But instead, I have no idea. Maybe they were Italian cities. I'll have to look that up. Because he did kind of give me, like, Italian mob boss vibes.
Greetings.
Yeah.
How do I freaking invite you, though? This is not the team registration?
No.
It says
Oh, yeah,
find
it is.
team.
Greetings.
Are you trying to put in your own team?
Yes, I figured it out. It's been a while since we've done this. Alright.
Now you're gonna have to wait.
Yep. But anyway, so besides all of that, you know, we had the big weird lightning fucking cross-dimensional. I'm surprised he didn't say anything about combining gear shift with freaking Fajin or anything like that. Fucking spinny fucking whirlwind spear kick thing that he did. And then, you know, we had the wrap up. I did think it was cool that, I can't remember his name, the freaking red hair butler guy that had the robot arm that was trying to kill her.
Oh,
because she
that
wanted
guy?
to. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but
Me
I did
neither.
think it was cool that he was compatible with her power, and this is what I was getting to with my whole thing, that I believe her powers, they evolve people's power, because he could only use his power through his arm that he was missing before. But somehow, she raised his power so high that not only could he do it with his full body, but he was able to permanently erase her quirk.
Yep.
Which is crazy shit. Although, I wonder if that power is temporary, or if he can still cancel people's quirks if he touches them. See what's weird is it shows he's on my team, but I don't see him anywhere in the lobby, unless he's hiding. Okay, I found him.
On the top of the barrel quest.
I found you. I'm over there now.
Hey, stream. I was, just chilling here, doing my thing. Just
All
being,
right.
being great.
This guy.
Yeah.
Here's our guest.
Just waiting.
If you guys have been here on the channel a lot recently, he has been here a lot. He's pretty cool. He's decently funny, but he's also very conceited and full of himself. So you gotta be prepared.
I am not conceited.
Bro was talking about having pictures of himself in his wallet.
Bro, I don't have kids. I don't have pets. I don't have a girlfriend. It's my wallet. With a picture of a lake.
Bro.
I can't swim. I told you this.
No, we've been down this road, but you could have like your ID or something. You don't necessarily have to have a picture.
I
in
do
your
have
wallet.
my ID.
But anyway, so we got some nerdy crap to talk about. I have a few things I want to talk about. Cat has some things to talk about because we haven't gotten his updates on what he's seen and what's been going on in Pokemon Horizons, although he's way farther in that than I made it in freaking Imminence and Shadow, but that's because I take a bunch of notes and he's just watching everything and remembering what he can.
Basically.
We got two very different styles.
You wanna know what I caught in Pokemon Go? Reggie Drago.
Oh hell yeah! Hey, Reggie Drago looks pretty cool. I like Reggie Drago and Reggie Lucky.
I didn't catch Reggie Lucky. I think his thing is gone.
I can't find him on Pokemon Genie.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say I don't play Go, so I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Pokemon Genie is basically where
You cut out.
a bunch of Pokemon Go fans who need people to do a raid invites people from across the world.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now before we continue on a little further, Kat, do you want to get your Pokemon Horizon stuff out of the way first?
Oh, goodness.
Or do you need a little more time first?
Where do I want to start?
Well, last time we only got to about, what, episode 5?
Think
You
so,
just
yeah.
met Roy, and he hadn't even got Fuecoco yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, let me just ask you some questions about it. Will that be a little easier?
Sure.
Or however you want to do it, it's your part, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just trying to.
Wait,
I am not good as you are. Like, how are you
Wait,
describing things?
Yeah.
I have a question for the both of you
Alright.
that pertains to the stream. Okay,
I'm not.
so can you both? Neither are.
This guy.
Oh my god.
Alright, call
Neither
back to yesterday.
Neither are.
Neither are.
Neither are.
I love you, Jay.
Anyway, guys, we're getting off
Back to
subject.
the-
So, what did you think about how him and Fuecoco originally established their relationship through, like, the song thing? Like, singing together and all of that.
I think it would have went well.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
how
it really
went.
did.
Yeah. But, like, what did you think about that being, like, their approach to how those two, like, had a connection?
I honestly have no clue.
Is that
Okay.
It was something else. It was something. I
Yeah.
wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah. I wasn't either, but, like, at first, not gonna lie, there are times when Roy's singing, like, every time he battles, starts to get on my damn nerves, right? But at the same time, I think it's a cool and interesting like setup, and it's something you don't normally see like that in Pokemon. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think Roy singing somehow makes Fuecoco stronger.
Yeah, honestly, Sam.
I think it just like connects their soul kind of like the same way like they used to, you know, do back for Mega Evolution. How you had to like connect your soul to your Pokemon for them to be able to Mega Evolve.
Shiny, shiny, give me a shiny.
What did you think about what came out of? Do you remember what came out of that Pokeball, the mysterious Pokeball that Roy had when we first met him?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. What did you think of that? And can you tell
That
us
was the
in
sickest
stream?
thing that I've seen.
Hey, can you tell us all
Sorry.
what that particular thing was?
Well, what the name of the Pokemon was?
Yeah, bro. Or what
Black
it was in
Rayquaza.
general. Yeah, bro. That shiny Rayquaza.
It was the black Rayquaza. It was a shiny? You know, oh, I don't even know that. They didn't say
Yeah.
shiny, bro. They just said black Rayquaza.
I know they never call a Pokemon a shiny Pokemon in this series. But Black
Dude.
Rayquaza is the shiny version of Rayquaza.
Guess what I just caught? Shiny Reggie Drago.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Second time.
Oh,
Second.
I like
Doing
the bird one. I forgot his name.
The
Quaxly.
bird one.
The little duck one? The water Pokemon
No,
one? Oh, on Roy's team.
no. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Little-
the other legendary, not legendary.
Oh, the 6 heroes.
Yeah, the 6 heroes.
Okay, so you're talking about Galarian Moltres.
Yes. You think I can remember all these damn names?
Listen,
Yes,
man,
I
I'm
expect
a
you to
big
know the
Pokemon
names.
fan, so I have over 1,000 Pokemon names in my memory and counting as they add more.
Dude, I
Bro.
couldn't even do that.
Bro, I can actually name a lot of Pokemon too. I can't lie. Now, Paldea, I can't do Paldea.
I can.
But Galar and below, I can name them.
I can, if I see a picture of it, like I probably couldn't sit here and just name them all to you, just like trying to think of them all off the top of my head.
Yeah,
But if
I
I see a
can't do
picture
that.
of them, I'm gonna be like, hey, I know what that one is.
Same. If I see a picture, I'm naming them.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
There's way too many Pokemon.
Oh no, bro, it's easy. Especially if you play the games a lot, because then you kind of get them hammered into you right there. Because it's like you see them all the time.
You get the what? Bro, I need 8 more dark types to evolve my Pancham.
I'm starting to like.
Guess how much Pancham candy I have?
Right, hold on, Mari.
Sorry.
Gosh,
Getting off
don't
track.
tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
What were you about to say, Kat?
Rico. Yes.
Yes? Pancham?
Rico.
Rico?
Yeah. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's got to be Rico. Please tell me it's Rico.
Which one are you trying to remember?
No, Rico is the boy, isn't it?
Roy.
Rico. I don't know her name. I forgot. It's Rico, isn't it?
Lico.
Oh my god.
Lico.
That was close.
Bro. I mean, yeah. You needed a L instead of an R, though. Lico, Roy, and there's a third one, Kat. You said you're in part 4, so you should know this one by now.
I forgot her name.
Dot, bro. That's my favorite
Dot.
character. How you gonna forget Dot, bro? Dot is
I don't
the
know.
best character.
I'm telling you,
in that
dude, I
show.
don't remember anybody's name.
Alright,
Dot.
listen. Dot is the shit. I love her personality. I love how she literally has, like, the I don't want to be around anybody social recluse mode, which is her, usual everyday self, but then she fucking puts that headband on, snaps her hair back, goes in streamer mode, she brings that energy. I'm like, bro, that's just like me. Fucking hates people, but you're like, we gotta bring that streamer energy. Love you guys, by the way. Everybody loves it. But,
Yeah.
I just don't like people in general.
Dude, I don't even remember the names of the crew.
Oh, I got everybody.
I don't.
But I pay attention to stuff like that. And this is also why I take notes, Kat. Because if I can't remember somebody's name, you know where it is? It's in my notes. I'm prepared. Podcast, man. So, let's see.
I was
Part
about to
one.
say, I'm starting to like. I'm supposed to call her Rico again. Lico.
Rico.
Kind of liking Lico a little bit better.
Yeah. It's just to admit.
I didn't like her when it first began.
Alright, see, we're sharing same sentiment here. I thought she was a little too nervous. There were points in time, because at first I was like, okay, she's a smarter protagonist than Ash. And then, like, episode 3 and 4, I was like, never mind. I take back everything I said about her being a smarter protagonist than Ash.
Dude, all I'm waiting is something badass for her to do. Like, anything badass she'll doing. I'm just waiting for that moment.
It's coming up. She's been having some decent moments. Like, I thought it was cool how she started getting innovative with how her moves are when they were training against those gym leaders, and, like, how she would do Leaf Edge in, like, different amounts and different styles. I think that's a cool thing that they should add to games. Like, going further into Pokemon, like, I think certain moves should have, like, multiple different styles that, like, affect how the move comes out.
She's. Yeah.
Because I think that would be something really cool for them to add. Especially since it's a turn-based game. It's not, it wouldn't take too much for you to go click a move, get
At
like
some
3 different
point,
options that have different effects.
I love-hate relationship with Lico.
Love-hate relationship with Lico.
Yeah, some moments I do like what she does. Some moments I don't. Like when she was fighting, well, not fighting, practicing with, what's his name, Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the gym leader, that fire guy.
Yeah. See, that's one of the things I was talking about. I liked how in that part in particular,
Yeah,
that she started experimenting with it. Sorry.
No, it's just that some part she's like stopped.
Yeah, that's exactly my same fucking thoughts. It's like
Like she's going
was,
easy.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And it's like, yeah, I don't like that. But
Yeah,
she's
that's
too
because-
nice.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
Go ahead, try to hit me. I'm an ooey.
Exactly how I feel about Liko. It's like there's times where it's like, girl, you are disrespecting your friend by holding back on them when they want a serious battle.
Yeah, I know, right? She's holding back. That's what I don't like about that.
Because when they were doing that practice round before they got to the battle rounds, she should have won that.
Yeah. Honestly,
Like-
I was praying on Roy to win.
Yeah. Yeah, but no,
I'm like, don't let a female beat you, bro.
That's messed up, bro. Cat's sexist, guys.
Male's
Watch out
better.
for this
Nah.
guy. That he
Nah.
says that, but then he always plays female characters in video games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just happy that there's a male protagonist.
Yeah. No, we got 3 protagonists that just introduced at different times. She's the main protagonist, and we got backup protagonist 1 and backup protagonist 2.
Ah, I don't like female protagonists.
Okay.
That's the thing I don't like.
Wow.
Damn, Cat. See?
Okay.
Cat's one of those guys.
I
Yep,
have a
yes,
question.
I am.
have a question.
Hmm.
What is your top 3 and top like there's 2 top 3s. Top 3 most liked Ash ships and top 3 most hated.
Ash?
Yeah. like people
Top
that get
3?
shipped with Ash. Yes, top 3 most
Oh,
liked
Ash and
top
Lily.
3 most hated.
Top 1, Ash and Lily.
Okay.
Okay.
2. I don't know. I forgot what that one. Serena, I think, is her name.
Serena.
Serena.
Okay.
I don't have a third though. That's my top 2.
Okay.
3.
Pyro, what is your top 3 favorites?
I don't really have one, but if I was just to pick random girls that he's been
I really like
protagonist
the
up
relationship with Ash and Lily.
I haven't watched all of the Lola, so I couldn't tell you how I feel about them. But all the way up until Black and White, which is where my knowledge is, so I don't even have any knowledge with Serena either. Okay, so y'all yep, so y'all just gonna have to bear with me here. I don't have any favorite Ash ships, because I never thought about any of this stuff like this, because I only saw Black and White and before they started doing any of this crap. And it's also weird thinking about ships for little kids. But anyway, I guess Misty, May, and Dawn. No particular order.
Brother, you know he roasted Misty like so many times, right?
Yeah, bro. For real. You know, like there's a lot of people when they're younger.
Those
they'll just sit
diabolical
there, and
roasts
for some
Ash
reason,
did.
little kids just freaking pick on the people that they like. Ash and Misty had that old married couple fighting energy, alright? They're always at each other.
But then his moves are an inspiration to me, so
But anyway, weird
Okay, so
side
my
track.
top 3 are
PoppedByMahari.
Ash and Macy. Macy is best. No, I'm playing. You probably don't even remember who she is.
I don't even know who
From a
that is,
movie?
I'm gonna be honest.
She's that one girl that crushed on Ash when he was in the Kanto League.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh, okay. Yeah, at the Indigo League.
Yeah, no, that's not true. Number 1, Ash and Serena. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
love that. Number 2, Ash and Dawn. I like that one. And 3, I don't have a 3.
Bro, why are you
I
asking
didn't
top 3s and you don't even have 3?
See,
I know, right?
Because, like,
I don't either.
legit, I was thinking, I was like, do I have a third one? And I was like, and I kind of went through like a
Here we
mile
go.
a minute
I'll pick
thinking
you
of
guys
all
a
of
third
them.
one for you guys. Ash and Latios. Why not?
Who the hell is that?
W pick.
No, I was just making because in the movie, freaking Latios and Latios are a pair of Pokemon that kind of look like weird little jet dragon thingies. Okay, one's red, one's blue. Okay, and in the movie, Latios always turned into this girl that seemed to be crushing on Ash.
What the hell?
And then she kissed him on the cheek, and we don't know if it was Latios or the actual girl.
Yep. Big confusion time. Threw us through a loop. Great movie still, though. A little bit weird, but great movie still. Anyway, continuing on with Horizons, okay.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of the first time Dot battled with Quaxley? When they were in that warehouse
been
trying to help
um,
Liko with her memories.
Could have did a little bit better.
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
little mistakes here and there, but
Yeah. But keep in mind that was her very first time battling.
yeah, I know.
All right, now think about her first battle versus Liko's first battle.
Liko ran.
And Roy's first battle. Both of them did bad in their first battles. Dot won her first battle. Just want to throw that out there.
Roy was awesome.
Yeah. Roy's problem is, though, that he just gets a little too hyped and ahead of himself, and he tries to go full steam, and then Fuecoco gets wore out.
That's exactly what I like in that Pokemon trainer.
That's
why I like Ash.
Bro is
doesn't
literally
think,
just
he just
male
does it.
Nimona. Alright. Fucking Roy. Speaking of which, Kat, as you get farther and Nimona shows up more, because I know you saw her a little bit when they were in Paldea going
Yeah, I
after
saw
Arboliva.
Nimona.
Yeah, with Nimona a little bit there.
I'm on
Later-
the part where I think I'm like 2 episodes after her grandma left crew.
Okay.
Dang, her grandma left? Crazy.
Yeah. So you're getting pretty close to the end of actually you should be like right there at the end of part 1 of season 1 of part 4 and into part 4. In season 2, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a lot more Nimona, and season 2 interactions.
I don't
between
want to care
Nimona
about Nimona.
and Roy. Listen, bro, you're if you like Roy, you're gonna love the interactions between her and Roy. It's just fucking hilarious. All right. Her and
Well,
Roy
Nimona
have
fan.
matching energies. Bro, we already know you don't like female characters. It's alright, Kat.
Hey, I never said that. I only said female protagonists.
Right.
I never said I didn't like female characters.
So
Hey, I like that one girl with that fang in Pokemon Horizons.
Yeah, which one?
The one with the pink hair, with like the most black
You-
eyeliner.
Oh, you mean the freaking emo fucking Nurse Joy?
Hell yeah.
The one who
The one
left
in
to
the
fucking...
Explorer team.
Oh, in the Explorer team. Okay, never mind. You like the girl with the Glalie.
Heck yeah, I like her. I don't care about
I
Pokemon,
hate
just
her.
her.
She's so fucking annoying.
Nah, I like her. She's
Yeah,
fucking
she-
cute.
She annoys the hell out
I
of
like
me.
goth girls.
She's not even a goth girl. She's fucking crazy, is what she...
That's why I like it.
She's wearing darkness because of the Explorer clothes. I don't like her, and I was alright with her in Season 1. Season 2, I hate her. She's so fucking annoying.
I love her facial expressions.
Freaking, you probably like Iona too, don't you?
What the hell is that?
The freaking gym leader screamer girl that freaking, messes with Dot. Whenever they're looking for her freaking, it's the one Dot calls for help whenever they're looking for Liko when Liko loses her memory. Around the same time that Dot battled for the first time.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
She's the one that had the pink and blue magnemite things in her hair. She's freaking the streamer girl.
Who? Oh, I'm supposed to say. I'm like, who the heck is that?
The streamer girl.
Yeah, I like her too. She's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, she's cool. She was my favorite gym leader in Scarlet and Violet, right? Only because she's the only gym leader that had a good strategy the first time you battled them. Okay?
Dude, her Miss Magius has like no weaknesses.
Oh yeah, it has literally no weaknesses because the first thing she does is Terra Electric and it has Levitate, and the only thing Electric's weak against is ground. So with the Levitate, it's immune to ground. Terra Electric makes it to where it has literally no weaknesses. And that's why she's the only one that has
I
a
want
good
Ash
strategy.
back. Bring back Ash.
Bro, what's that? But,
Horizons would have been
Ash
more badass with Ash in it.
How I feel about her in Horizons, though, is completely different, though, because she's all right as a character, but I think she's like got way too much of that. They wrote her too much of like a super obnoxious.
I mean,
streamer.
I like Horizons. It's actually pretty cool. But it would have been like 10 times more better if you put Ash in it with his earrings.
This guy.
The freaking lightning one with Pikachu's earring, dude.
Bro,
Oh my
bro's all
god.
about that Alola.
Hell yeah. Fucking,
Yes, I
dude,
should-
that's my all-time favorite Pokemon.
I
Show.
figure. I
Southern
figured
Moon.
because your ship is Ash and Lily.
Yep.
So I know nothing about Ash interacting with Lily because I didn't, like I said, I didn't finish Alola, but I know a lot about Lily. She was one of my favorite characters in the Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun
Bro, I
and
feel
Moon
like
games.
that was
Yeah,
more
honestly, same.
siblings than. I feel like that was more siblings than anything. I'm gonna be honest with you, gang.
I really like Lily. I don't know, she's just silly.
She's just silly. She's just a silly Billy.
She's just silly.
But frickin' as we're continuing, so went through the 6 heroes. So you saw them get Arboliva first, you know. You saw the Black Rayquaza get released. You saw them get Moltres next. What did you think about Lapras? The whole arc with Lapras.
I hated that.
You hated that Lapras one? Why'd you hate the Lapras one?
It was so boring.
Was it?
Yes.
I did feel like they drug out some parts of that, but I have a different opinion. I fucking loved the Lapras part. Bro was straight up a pirate, man. You can't tell me otherwise, okay? Bro was out here fucking creating mist.
But I did
To
love the
fucking-
part where in the turtle.
Oh, with
the
the
turtle, because it looks like a
Terapagos?
turtle. Yes.
Terapagos.
I don't care, it's a turtle.
Yeah, Terapagos.
Terapagos. I like how you he. I don't even know what it is.
It. We're gonna call it because I don't know either.
I like how it like transformed.
Yeah, oh, bro.
And it did that little attack, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait. They haven't showed it in the anime yet, but in Scarlet and Violet, the series, there's another form. In the games, there's another form. So I'm assuming in the show, there's going to be that other form. It's fucking badass in the games. So I can't wait to see how they do it. Because, look, that middle form, that was really badass at that part that you saw, right when it transformed. It is not
Yeah.
anywhere near that badass in the game. So if they made that form that badass, I can only imagine what they're going to do with the third form.
I can't wait. Even I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I want them to meet Ash.
That would be interesting, because then we would get kind of a confirmation of where the story takes place.
Since Ash did become the best,
It would
so
really be natural. They're
yeah,
fighting.
I was like, I want to see them meet Ash.
Let's see.
I want to see how they
but
did with Ash.
So I'm not going to
He's
tell
still
you
fucking
which
12 years
one,
old.
because I don't want to spoil it for you in case you haven't seen it. But
What's
toward
up?
the end of part 4, one of the 3 of them's Pokemon evolves. Has that happened?
It's Rico. I'm at Lico.
Okay, so it did happen.
No, I just guessed.
Oh,
Because
fuck, I'm sorry.
Because she's the main character. So
Yeah.
it only makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
to be fair, she's one of 3 main characters. Because going on after they introduced Dot and Roy fully, like, into this thing, because season part 1 is more just introducing them all. After they're all 3 introduced, all 3 of them get about equal amounts of screen time and importance. She's like the fucking, Lico's like the main protagonist, but freaking Roy and Dot are like, oh, you never seen Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can't use this analogy, damn. I was gonna say that, they're like the Joey and the Taya to his fucking Yugi, or to her Yugi, but, you wouldn't understand.
No, I would have not.
Let's see. Animes that Cat has seen that have a similar flow. I'll say it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be too close to a freaking thing because Naruto gets way more screen time than Sakura and Sasuke. But anyway, they're the trio. They're the 3 of them. They're the main characters of Horizons. And you get the big like things like that. But obviously, Liko's the more important of the 3 because she's got the pendant.
Yes.
hey, we gonna play her.
Yeah, right, man. We're talking. This is
This is a podcast, Mahari. This isn't gameplay.
No, I'm just saying because
Yeah, I know. We
maybe
need to be doing some
want to
grinds while we're talking.
they want to watch something entertaining while we talk.
Yeah.
Fucking Gen Z.
I'm sorry that I was trying to look out for chat.
Hey, to be
like
fair,
a newest generation
people watch
with their...
podcasts that are just two guys sitting in a chair talking all day.
Hey, I would like that. I would like to watch that. Okay, I don't want to watch some gameplay.
Yeah, you know, if we had cameras, we'd have a whole different setup. But nah, I was actually thinking about getting these set up while we were talking anyway, Mahari. It's just we kept talking and I kept not doing it because we were talking. I'm gonna go ahead and just set 2 private slots, so it's just me and you. It's only letting me set 1 private slot. What the fuck?
How in the hell did I get out of there?
Whatever. But anyway, as we were going on, okay. Like, I guess the really last thing, because I don't know really what else to ask you about, because I don't want to spoil you on anything. So the most recent part I saw was part 1 and 2 of season 2. And I don't remember exactly what happens toward the end, other than you saw Liko's grandma leave. A couple more things. What'd you think about the fun little Poltergeist episode?
The what?
The Poltergeist episode.
With the... Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like the little just Pokemon look episodes.
Yeah. See, I like that too. I was like, man, we need a show that's more from the perspective
They did that
of
with
Pokemon.
Ash was one of the where Pikachu and the other type you can actually hear them talking. Or they'll say something like Pika Pika and all that shit, but there'll just be subtitles
Right?
of what they're actually saying. I was like, I really like that. I like that in
I
Horizons. That was a pretty fun episode to watch.
No, I fully agree. That shit was really fun.
I like
Already
that.
gotta
Gave him the Pokemon screen
accept this
time.
too.
Just the Pokemon.
So the reason I only had to set 1 private slot is because we were already in a team, Mahari. So that 1 private slot would be if we wanted to invite somebody else. But anyway, let me get started on this. I don't remember who I switched to though. I think I switched to Jiren because he's like right there, so I think I have to do one of these and come out and fight Jiren.
What else?
What did you feel about the overall flow of season 1 so far?
It was alright.
It was alright.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
It
think
started
it'd be
off
better?
slow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we gotta do character introductions and stuff like that. That's like any
character
show.
introductions.
But I mean, if you go by that way, the original Pokemon started off super slow. By comparison, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that instead of being like a weird episodic format, that it's actually a continuous story, like all the way through.
Yeah.
And, you know, they do give some vibes of like the old Pokemon stuff, but it's like each episode's continuing the previous adventure.
Yeah.
So, do you think you would have liked it more if it was a little more grounded in like one region, or are you liking the whole multi-region aspect of it?
I like the multi-region.
Pretty much go anywhere.
I like the multi-region.
And where have they been so far? Just Kanto, Galar, and Paldea, right?
Yes.
Is there any of the other 6 regions that they haven't been to that you would like to see them go to?
All of them.
All of them? I mean, is there like one in particular?
No, not really.
Really? I'm actually really surprised you didn't say like a Lola.
Exactly why I suggested.
Honestly, I was thinking about it. But
Can I kill you now?
it's like, honestly, I kind of want to see all of them.
Yeah, no, for sure though. So if I had to pick one, for me it would be Johto. I got a weird, like, I don't know. It's odd to me because I started Pokemon from like episode 1 when it first came out when I was a little kid and everything. But there was something super exciting for me about Johto, and that very first freaking intro song from Johto fucking lives rent-free in my head. Right? So it's probably one of my favorite freaking areas from the series. That and freaking when they started doing the reruns and stuff of Pokemon, they showed a lot more of the Johto stuff.
I'm from the Galar region.
But freaking
think I'll lose that easily.
Master Quest part of Johto is my favorite part, and also my favorite intro song of Pokemon. Period.
What's going on? I never saw this android. At least not in my era.
This power of yours, it was not in my analysis.
I like the grandma. The grandma's fucking badass.
Nico's grandma.
Hell yeah. Badass.
So-
Arcanine.
You know, they still haven't showed Lico's grandpa, so it hasn't completely, you know, killed my theory that Lico might be Ash's granddaughter.
Oh yeah.
Right? But I feel like Lico's grandma did kind of kill my theory, because she's not any of the people that, you know, people would expect Ash would have ended up with.
Yeah.
But that would be a hell of a cool subversion if she does end up
yeah.
still being Ash's granddaughter.
Oh, that internet's gonna go crazy.
Hell yeah. I'd be about it.
Come on, Gohan, let's get him.
The only reason I think it might not be, and that I think the Horizons might run concurrently with the same time the Astros are venturing around, is because that gym leader guy from Galar, the guy that's from Hoenn region, I can't fucking remember his name for some reason. Fire gym leader, Mahari, can you remember his name? Sword and Shield. Guy that has Center Squirt. Are you even still here, Mahari?
Oh, I think he is.
Kobu, I think.
Yeah. I think you're close. Or Kubu or something like that. Somewhere along those lines. I know it starts with a K.
Very impressive.
Nah,
Rare
didn't
genius.
really care.
But,
Yep.
so, because he is a gym leader in the time of Leon, right? And Leon would have to be, like, old, and that guy would have to be, like, super ancient. Unless they just never aged, and fucking Ash aged up without them.
I'm telling you when I'm getting it done. I'll never say anything.
But,
Wait, do I still have to be the Frieza Force, or...
no, you can be
Can I
whoever
be,
you want to.
Okay, because that's why I picked a Raspberry, because I thought I still had to be the Frieza Force.
Oh, no, you're good. I forgot who I'm leveling up right now. Oh, wait, I need to go out.
Was it Jiren?
After this fight, I need to go out and fight Jiren. I don't have full power Jiren as a character, right? At all.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Wait,
can't
then
use
how can
him to
you-
train up, but he's already at 4 stars and the bar was like right there at max. I just
How
put
is he
him
already at 4 stars?
talking. And he's been popping
yeah.
up in my lobby a lot. I just needed him to show up in the middle so I could fight him. So I was supposed to do that last fight and then go out and fight him and then pick the next person.
It'd be good to kill some time.
But we fucked up, so I'm gonna be Jiren regular form right now.
You would Give me
Oh,
a
if you're
break.
fighting 18, I'll go after
Don't you ever
17.
learn?
Sending you to the scrap heap. Seriously?
I am hit. And she keeps throwing key blasts at me.
That's the same problem Cat was having yesterday when he was Videl with freaking 18.
Goku's son.
I'm gonna crash out if she keeps throwing freaking.
Yep. Horizon's a great show.
I'm gonna ultimate her. I'm gonna ultimate her. I swear.
Horizon's
I'm
a
doing
great
it.
show.
Yep,
Can I
Horizons
kill
is a
you
great
now?
show. What did you think about Lico's grandma's
I won't let you do
Pokemon?
as you please.
I fucking love them.
The only one that I
Badass.
was kind of like
I'm coming too.
a little bit off about, but you know everybody's got to have that one Pokemon, I guess. Is her Squawkabilly.
Oh, who's Rockabilly? I like her.
Yeah, well, because all of her other Pokemon are super badass, and then you got Squawkabilly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I feel like she didn't even go too far out because, like, you can find Squawkabillies on everybody's houses in freaking
Mink.
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
So, like, she probably caught that thing off the top of her house when she was a little kid and just had him ever since. That's probably why she's still in her team.
For real.
Wait, why is 16 just floating right here?
Because he does that until he joins the match.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why he was just floating in the air. I thought he'd be on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
gonna
noticed that
yeah.
if we blow up the
Since-
house that he's on, he takes longer to spawn for some reason.
This is indeed the goal.
So we have to try to do it without blowing up the house that he's sitting on.
It was
Okay.
not
I'm gonna try to one-shot him.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna stop hitting him.
He
Bro is
blocked
coming
my...
after me. I guard broke him. Get him.
Alright, since I was,
No.
I guess I'm gonna talk about the other enemies that I was talking about last time.
Yeah.
As
yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, let's keep going.
There's this one I really like. It's called the From an Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. I'm really enjoying that one.
That's the
I
one I'm
think I've heard of that
interested in to hear more
Yes,
about.
you
So,
after
what-
you watch him in the shadow, of course, or at least you want to watch that one.
you go ahead and watch it or talk about it. I'm interested to hear about it. It might be a long
yeah.
time before I watch it. I might forget about some of this. So, 'cause I got a long list of things on my plate. I still haven't started season 3 of Fire
Get
Force
up!
yet.
Yeah. So from the anime, my favorite person is, of course, a female. The girl with the skirt. I forgot what her name is.
Welcome
But
back, Super Nerd Pikachu.
the
Also,
reason
welcome
why
to our
she-
podcast.
Yes. So, yeah, my
Sorry,
favorite
Kat.
character is the girl with the skirt. The only reason why I
Get
like
up.
her is because she's got a big ass sword. she freaking wields a big old sword. Badass.
Get
So
up!
kind of like the girls from Clay. Have you ever seen the anime Claymore?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I've actually
okay.
seen
So,
that.
so kind of like those girls from Claymore have those big ass
Kinda,
swords, swing
yeah.
them really fast.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, dude, I'm about that. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Continue
one of my
yourself.
favorites.
Okay. Okay, we can get behind this. All right. What was
Of course,
the?
he was the main
sorry.
character is well, he wasn't a master swordsman until he was, but
Mhm.
he has a dojo for himself. He has a dojo. He
Okay.
runs the dojo. He's the
All right.
master of the dojo.
Oh damn. Okay. Oh shit, Mahari, I wasn't supposed to start.
So basically,
Go ahead,
Here,
Nerdy.
he goes to the city
I-
because one of his
you know.
okay.
Did that,
I
did
could
that
have just
help?
left the room.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
not
did it-
city,
did it still
more
help?
like country.
Yeah, no, I guess
But-
it did. It kicked me anyway. Anyway, sorry, Kat.
Or
continue.
what city, capital, whatever you want to call it, in like
Mhm.
you know those type of animes, like
Yeah.
old fantasy stuff. But like yeah, because one of his students is the captain of the of something. I forgot what it was, but
Okay.
what?
so she came to his house. He was like, "Yo, come to the city. They told me to come get an instructor to you know train the soldiers." Well, they're not called soldiers. I
Oh.
think they're called soldiers or something. Like knights. I guess.
Nice.
up?
Okay.
Well, so when I was on the bus coming home, I was watching your stream, right? Guess who was who was the second video under your stream?
Damien.
Yep.
I'm crazy.
Oh, why did you redact or retract your A message, Super Nerd Pikachu? Here.
But the thing is, the main character didn't really want to go, but he just got like dragged in.
One of those type scenarios, huh?
He was like, I don't want to do this, but it's because his dad wanted him to go as well.
Mhm.
He's like, you need to find a girl already, find a wife for me, I need a grandchild.
Whoa!
It was like, come on, I need one already.
Trying to push
So
the narrative hard on that one.
Yeah, so he's like, Dad, I don't want one right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
So of course he went to the capital and trained some knights.
Mhm.
Funny thing is, the more the students I see are all fucking girls.
So all his students are females.
So every time I meet a new student, it's a girl. New student? Oh, I wonder who it is. It's a girl. I'm like, what the fuck?
So you can
I'm like, why is all the students women?
Bro's trying to train an army of female swordsmen. Sounds.
I'm like, they become badass, by the way, so it don't matter.
See? See?
One
Wow,
of
that's crazy.
his first one was a girl with red hair. I think.
Looks like I'm gonna have availability of hits or full power Jiren's festival move as soon as I get the
But
DLC
yeah,
with
so
it.
one of his students, of course, became the captain of the little regiment
Okay.
of the knights and stuff.
I'd say focus on the people that you do have, because then the other ones will just boost themselves up on their own.
Alright.
The story got
Well,
pretty
I still had to
interesting.
finish him off,
Oh yeah, here, let me.
regardless, Mahari.
You have to do what?
So finish him off. You gotta fight him. Finish off their thing, the 5-star thing.
You gotta finish him off. Ayo,
Yeah.
pause.
This guy, why you gotta take it like that? And nobody was thinking about it till you said something like that.
I love how you guys are talking about gameplay while I'm over here.
Sorry, Cat. Sorry, Cat.
This is just a podcast on the gameplay.
This threw me off.
As I was
Continue. I am
saying,
so sorry, Cat.
for the
Cat,
anime, the Mahari,
Sorry.
what do you want?
Continue,
Sorry,
Cat.
I'm sorry. I was
Super Nerd
gonna ask-
Pikachu.
I am
Cat.
trying to.
Hey! Super Nerd Pikachu says, like, where are the boys at?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
commenting about what you were saying about the anime, about how all his students are female.
Oh yeah, I mean there's one. You'll meet one, but the rest is female.
So he does have a male student.
Yeah, I mean he does do flashbacks and stuff when he meets the students. I mean there are boys, but mainly it's the girls, because you don't
Okay.
meet any of the men except that one boy, which he got a wife and everything at like the first episodes of the anime, like the first 5 episodes.
Wait, he gets married in the first 5 episodes?
No, his student, his male student
Oh.
got married and had a wife. Yeah, he had
Oh,
a kid and
okay.
everything.
I thought you meant
That's
the protagonist.
the only kid. That's the only male student you're gonna meet.
Is the one that got married?
Is the one that got married? Yes. The rest is female.
That's crazy.
I'm also hearing a.
For real, that is awkward. Super Nerd Pikachu said that's awkward.
Yeah, as I was saying.
Sorry.
I don't remember what the fuck I was saying because I'm sorry.
What you want to get in here? You're talking about...
Yeah, here we go. The later episodes, it got more interesting.
Okay.
All I gotta say is, student go bad.
Did it go bad?
Student go bad.
So one of his students becomes evil?
Yeah, now he has to fight his student. That's where the episode actually ended. They're coming out with more. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, the anime's still going. I was like, ooh.
Also, if
I
you
can't
would
wait for
like,
that.
Super Nerd Pikachu, I'll send you an invite for while we're grinding stuff in the background.
Also,
We're not really
I'm pretty sure if
focusing on
if I-
gameplay part. Sorry.
I'm not 100% certain, but I swear her name is Rose. The student go bad person. I'm pretty sure her name is
Goes
Rose,
bad.
if I remember.
Named Rose.
Yes.
Alright.
She's cool too. She's got a sword and shield and everything.
Huh.
She doesn't hold back. She kills. She killed somebody. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I like her. Then after the end, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what's happening? Thing is, all this like villainous stuff, all this like background shadow assassin people.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, but I'm like, because they were at one episode they were protecting a princess and the prince.
Okay.
You know, all these knights and guards, they got to protect them and everything.
Mhm.
And then assassins came over, but the thing is, they didn't come to kill the princess or prince.
Mhm.
And I got very suspicious. Everybody got suspicious, even me. I was like, because as soon as I saw Rose killing one of the assassins, I was like, and also the way she acts, I'm like, I'm like, I think I know who the mastermind of all of this is. I'm like, it's gotta be Rose. And then after the like, and last episode that they came out with, after the little frame where his student and the master fought, I was like, oh yeah, it's Rose. I was like, I knew it. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's fucking cool.
I'm definitely gonna have to check
You've
that
seen
out.
I'm like, that's an anime you might like actually.
Yeah. Definitely
Not
sounds
like
it.
you might like it because it's not not all of them are overpowered main characters.
Yeah, it's not an isekai,
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's literally not.
which that's already got points for me. Alright, being not
The
an
main character
isekai.
ain't OP. He's like fairly trained and stuff, and of course
Okay.
he does get beat up, but he never loses. But he does get beat up. Like at this one part, he was all bloody and bruised, but he still won. So
Show you.
That's crazy.
he was all cut up and everything. So he's not super OP.
Yeah, I'm
He
gonna get
can't
behind
deal
that.
with magic. He's not very good at fighting people with magic. Like,
Okay.
he's fighting somebody that has magic. He's not really good at those, like, types.
Y'all,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. There's like a severe,
I know.
like tropical
Let's use them to play a
storm
game.
heading for me.
It'd be good
The
to
effects
kill
will
sometime.
last until like
Let's just finish them off.
7:35. So if I like cut out like before then,
Give me a break.
it's to
Don't you
protect my
ever learn?
PlayStation and my TV from.
Oh, totally understandable, man.
Yeah. I was wondering, too. I'm like, is Mahari going to say anything? Because I heard the little alert thingy. I'm like,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
I muted myself, and so you only really heard like the starting and the end.
Yeah.
Life's about having fun.
Why are you
Well,
blocking?
Hope everything comes out.
Oh, no, I know, and also that other anime, what the fuck is it called? I became an evil lord of an intergalactic empire. I am very surprised I remember that.
I am too.
I'm surprised I remember that.
I was about to say the name of it before you did.
I became an evil lord of an intergalactic empire. It is Gundam and space and everything. But that one I didn't really like.
Just a combination.
Story-wise, didn't like story-wise at least.
I got you.
Or he in his old life that he got used and
Oh yeah, where it got really
bullied
fucking
and
crazy.
got cheated on and everything.
Yeah.
Then he got reincarnated, but he wants to do the exact same thing. What people did to him in his old life in
Revenge
his new life.
reincarnation.
Yeah, he wants to do it to them in his new life. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. I'm like, I didn't really like how
gosh, that
that's
God's
going.
face.
I'm like, I don't really like how the story's going there.
So is it one? Did you finish it, or is it one you just?
It's dropped. Yes, it's still going.
Okay. I was wondering because last time you said you were thinking about dropping it.
Yeah, but I don't. New episodes are coming out, but I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't really want to finish it. That's an anime I don't like really. But I did like how he first made a android maid where
when
he
was a
actually
baby.
had to make him.
Right? That
I
was
did like
kinda
that part.
interesting. I like when you were telling me about like when he was like to the mom, it's like, is all this necessary?
There's this one part in the anime where they're called pirate. Well, I don't know why they're called pirates, but I don't know what the guy's name is, but he likes kidnapping women. But thing is, he doesn't rape them or anything like that. They get rid of. They abominations and stuff. Hey, what else am I supposed to? They don't.
I mean, to be fair, if you're talking about kidnapping people, it's probably good to include the fact that, if you're going to talk about somebody who's kidnapping people in an anime, you probably should make it clear what they're doing with the kidnapped people.
I mean,
they don't molest, they don't
You can make
rape.
it clear, but YouTube will be upset if you say the actual word. That's why you see YouTubers
Oh well,
say great.
YouTube can get over it.
I'll show you.
Damn. Bro,
Grow some
hating
balls,
on
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't think you can say that.
Well, we'll find out eventually.
That's what I was saying.
Find out.
He doesn't do all that stuff. He likes to turn them into monsters, to get rid of their beauty. And I'm like, okay, I don't like this. I don't like how cute girls turn into this. I'm like, this is so horrible.
Destroy the city.
Thing is, it's a princess. He kidnapped the princess as well.
These enemies are solely
Literally,
my clothes
yeah,
got dirty.
for a deal. It was like, oh, he's like, I won't kill your family, I won't kill your planet or destroy your planet
Seriously?
if you come with us.
Why are we
But
all?
he lied. He
Okay.
literally fucking like tied her, watched, made her watch them
Super
destroy
Saiyan.
her planet.
Damn.
I'm like,
Also,
damn.
Super Near Pikachu says interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ugh. Come on, 17, take this! Ah!
Not this act again.
So it was a princess. So there was a prince and a little princess. Brother, little big brother. I think no, I think she's the oldest. I don't remember. She's got a brother and a little sister.
Okay.
So they all died, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh
damn.
no, that's just sad.
That is sad.
So she was all
Crap.
since when you first meet her, she's
Dude,
all
this guy in Godfist is so annoying.
crazy. She's all like kind and stuff, but when after the main character saved her, she goes, she's different.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so he kidnapped the princess and her team. So she's tied down. She's got her team in the cage, making her watch her team get fucking, making them abomination. So the princess is watching her team. I'm like, God dang! I'm like, that's just sad. She can't do anything about it either. I'm like, alright, I'm done. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I
I
don't like
actually-
this one.
You got a lot further than I thought you would, though. That's a lot of details of that for something you didn't like.
That's true.
So, but you know that,
Look
that
at
is
him, we're just
very
beating on him.
definitely can see why you felt that was very weird. For sure.
If you guys want to watch it, I'll put the title.
Where can I watch it?
Now things are getting fun.
I don't really know.
Where did you watch it?
Anime website.
Ah, okay. Might
So
be on
I'm gonna-
Crunchyroll or something. He's talking about an anime that he's gonna put in the.
Here, let me Here. I wanna
No, for real.
unshare my voice real quick. Tell you what it actually is.
You can unshare your voice.
Yeah.
Cat can put the names, by the way, of the animes he was just talking about in the chat. Okay.
Oh, it's one of those pirate ones.
One of the pirate runs. Arg!
Yeah. You can probably search for it on like either like Crunchyroll, Tubi, or something like that.
So
But,
wait, do I have to use a VPN on it?
Doesn't do it. No.
Yeah. What was the
Yeah,
name
that's what it's called.
of the anime
Okay,
that you
so
were talking about?
this
So
one,
the first one was from Country Bumpkin to what?
from a country bumpkin to God damn it! Hold on, let me. From a
To Master
country
Sword.
bumpkin to a master swordsman.
And what was
The other
second
one is called. Here, watch. Let me.
All I
Yeah,
remember is
this one.
something about a demon overlord.
Oh, from old country. Here, I'll put the word from one. The first one.
I did. I put it in there. I put the from.
Oh, it's-
from
yeah,
Country
it's called-
Bumpkin to Master Swordsman in there.
From old country bumpkin to master swordsman. Yes,
Old
it's close
Country
enough.
Bumpkin. Okay.
From old country bumpkin, but it's still close enough. But the other one's called I became an evil lord of an intergalactic empire.
Okay. And that one's the weird one.
That
you
one's the
dropped.
weird one. Yeah, I'll put that one. I became an evil lord of an intergalactic empire. There. And that's the other one.
Alright. So, I personally
What's the
have
first one?
been slacking on a lot of watching like anime and stuff, but I've still been keeping up with some nerdy stuff, but I've mostly been doing research on like games and stuff like that. Recently been getting back into Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, trying to get myself prepared. Had to transfer from the PS4 to the PS5 version just to lose all my myth rank in my bank and stuff, so I'm having to re-grind all of that, but I'll be doing some streaming of that soon. But I've been getting really hyped for Borderlands 4 in particular.
Same, dude. I can't wait.
And, like, I'm really jealous of all the people that got to play it early and stream it and everything like that. I thought that was, you know, really cool that they were able to do that, though.
Captain will take care of this.
But freaking, so the new license part system in the game has me having a lot of questions, because it seems like the higher level you get, the more of, like, the true versions of the parts you can get. Like, I've noticed some people were still getting some purples and legendaries with more than one roll on them. So it's like a max of 4 license part rolls for purple and 3 for legendary, because you also get the legendary effect on the legendary.
Shut up.
Ooh,
But at lower levels, they were still getting ones that only had one roll.
learn? Sending you to the scrap heap.
So I'm curious how that's going to work out
Some people never.
Can we hurry up?
in general on there.
I have lots of things.
Because, like, is it going to be, like, waiting till end game to start farming, like, you're, you know, really hardcore? Like, I know
Yeah,
most
probably.
of the time that's when you have to do it, but,
Exactly why
like,
I suggest we killed a lot of them.
I'm really just wondering how going through the game, like, finding a lot of the guns that you like, how easy it's going to be able to get to a higher level version of it, or if it's going to be like, crap, the RNG is even harder to get a good gun and a god roll that you want because of the new life.
There's another anime I didn't want to talk about, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah? What anime is that?
Yeah, you should know. That one questionable one.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah? Questionable anime that you haven't seen yet?
Yep. The thing is, at the same time, I don't, but at the same time, I do, because I'm very curious.
So, some of the things I wanted to talk about with
Called
Borderlands 4 was
put
some of
them
the lore
on
drops we got.
Takamani-san.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they talked about how apparently there have been legends. I know it's our first time hearing about Kairos at all, but apparently throughout the Borderlands universe there have been legends about this planet Kairos, and that many people think it's real, right? So that alludes to the fact that nobody knew about it, and it turns out that this planet has been hidden behind some kind of protective barrier that makes it invisible for over 1,000 years by this timekeeper guy. And apparently the secret that people believe to the vaults on Kairos is immortality.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this timekeeper guy is really obsessed with control and order, so he wants to put bolts on the necks of, like, everybody on the entire planet. Apparently, like, people that are born on the planet get these bolts put in their necks as soon as they're born, but if you land on the planet, they capture you to put this bolt into your neck. Right? And I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be doing with it, but apparently at one point in time, they capture us as Vault Hunters and try to put the bolt in our necks. I don't know if they succeed, if we do have the bolt, if we don't have the bolt. But this other faction, the like bandity psycho type faction for the game called the Rippers, they're more like a resistance than anything. So what they are people that one day Kairos, or whatever her name is, something with a K, I can't exactly remember what it is, but the leader of the Rippers was there the moment that Elphys broke through the barrier, when Will was teleported into the atmosphere above them by accident, right?
Yeah.
And a bunch of debris was falling from the sky. The thing that happened to fall in front of her was a psycho mask, and it was at that point in time that she realized that they aren't alone in the universe, and that there are other living beings out there. And that's when she decided to rip her bolt out, which gave her the freedom. Because what happens with these bolts is they allow the Timekeeper to not only see and hear everything you see and hear, but they actually allow him to control your body like a puppet at any point in time that he wants to. Yeah. So I'm curious how, like, if we do get a bolt put in us as a Bolt Hunter, how that's going to interact with us. Is it only going to come up during certain story parts? And then if he can control us, how come we're able to do all the stuff that we are doing as Bolt Hunters?
Yeah.
You know? And also, why are we fighting the Rippers? Because they kind of seem like they should be on our side if they're against him, but apparently they're also another force that we have to fight throughout the game. But I think maybe the Rippers might just be the crazy ones. I don't know. Because you can go crazy from having the bolt ripped out of your neck. Now, give me just a moment, Mahari and Pikachu. I'm going to go check my Ginyu progress real quick. I don't know how many matches we just played. So, I haven't watched all of the video yet, but I do know about a lot of returning and new legendaries that have been revealed for Borderlands 4 so far. Alright, so we have confirmation that we are getting the Complex Root, the Hellwalker, Plasma Coil, and I believe I heard somebody guess the Skull Smasher, and they told him, hey, you got really lucky with that one. But I could be wrong. I didn't quite understand what he said. I think he said Skull Smasher, but he could have said something different in the interview that I saw from Moxie when he was talking to one of the developers from Gearbox, which you guys can go check that out. And there was a new one that they showed off. One looked like a laser gun. I did not get a name for that one, but there was another one that was a shotgun, okay? And what it does is it makes auto turrets whenever you throw it like a TDR weapon. Like, that's its ability. Okay? And the one that they showed in particular dropped with a Jacob's license part to ricochet bullets on critical hits, but they also had an enhancement slot that made it to where any bullets that you fire, if your gun has a Jacob's license part on it, has a chance to ricochet off enemies to another enemy. So they were able to make turrets that would also shoot enemies and ricochet bullets.
Interesting.
Right? So I'm wondering how, like, a lot of the new legendaries and stuff are going to work out. We got news that the community named gun, which I don't know if everybody was aware, we got a chance to vote on the name of a gun. It is the Forsaken Chaos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Kat, I kind of need you to carry the conversation for just a little bit. I have to do something for my girlfriend real quick. I can bounce things back off, but I have to kind of focus on this so I don't burn myself.
Oh, fuck.
Just talk about anything. Nerdy crap that you're into. What kind of music do you like, Kat?
All type.
All types? Okay. Who are some of your favorite artists?
My favorite artist?
Yeah,
I like 21 Pilots.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, that is.
Southern Urban.
Okay.
Fuck.
Rag
and Bone Man. I like that guy. I like him.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's hard when you're put on the spot sometimes.
I do want to play a game. I still want to get Sword Art Online, that new Fractured Daydream one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do want to play that.
You got some games you want to talk about?
Some games. Let's see. I want to play Gears, the new Gears Reloaded one. Gears of War. I don't know if you heard of that.
I didn't know. What is that? What's going on with that?
Gears of War? Ooh.
I have not heard about that. No, I played Gears of War. I played Gears of War. I did not hear about the new one.
Oh, Reloaded? Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, so what's up with the new one? I hadn't heard about that.
Oh, it's pretty fun. It's like a remastered version of the first one.
Okay.
But with, like, greater graphics and better mechanics and stuff. But I really want to play that one. It seems cool. since it's now on PlayStation 5. You guys can PlayStation 5 users. You guys get to play Gears of War. You guys get to try it out without buying an Xbox.
Just the first game redone, or
just Reloaded?
Okay.
Just the first, yes.
Okay. But like you were saying, with like newer graphics and stuff.
Yes.
Need more
So
heat?
any PlayStation users out there that only play PlayStation, there you go, Gears of War. If you've always wanted to try it. If you guys like blood and gore, go try that game. Like me, I really love bloody and gory games.
Okay, yeah, I really.
That's
like
why I
Gears.
love Gears. Gears of War. I really love the Gears of War.
What's my? I wonder what my placement is.
I have played all of the Gears of War games.
Okay.
They were all fun. Well, Judgment is meh. Judgment was the one and out that mostly people didn't really like.
Okay.
But I mean, I still enjoyed it. Story was pretty cool in a way, but.
So I've only played Gears of War 1, 2, and part of 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 are probably my favorites.
Okay, so I'm definitely have to check out that remastered. Man.
But I have played a shit ton of 4 though, because that's when they, I think, introduced like prestiging and stuff to the multiplayer. I don't know if they did that in the other ones, but all I know is that you can prestige now in 4. 4 is like, I don't know, many years older now, but
I've never played 4.
5 was fun. I like the story.
Okay. And see, 4 and 5 came out after I no longer had access to playing on Xbox.
Yeah.
So
Reloaded just came out, so
3 was the last one I got to play.
It's actually on pre-order still.
Oh, okay.
But they're coming out with a new one still called Gears of War E-Day. That's the one I'm waiting on.
Okay, so that one's gonna take place after which game? The one you were talking about?
It takes place when the monsters first came, how they were first introduced.
Back in time.
Yeah, back in right after the whatever war.
Okay. I'm following that. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that. That story's gonna be good.
All right.
Bringing back Dom, my boy. Oh, we all gotta love Dom. His ultimate sacrifice in 3.
Yeah, you had to pour one out for the homie on that one.
I miss Dom, bro. Man, dude, that was the whole.
The captain will take care of this.
I should have probably made a custom menu. But
So, any Gears of War fans that do play PlayStation, of course. I've said it like multiple fucking times. I said it multiple times. PlayStation, you got it.
yeah. But also, people on Xbox, that'll be available for you.
I did. Also, I have seen a video where he players, like Xbox players, PC players, and PlayStation players. The first time I hear the PlayStation players are actually liking his game, oh, that made me so happy. That the PlayStation players I really like in this game are liking the Gears of War. I was like, oh, that made me so happy.
It's cool that they're mixing up exclusives now. I heard Xbox is getting like God of War and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's another game I want to play. It's called Forza Horizon 5.
Okay.
Thing is, I played Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox. Of course, I don't know if there's cross save or not, but but I have played a lot of that on the Xbox. I also do want to play that on the PlayStation 2 since it came out like, I don't know, like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't really remember, but that's another one I want to play. I really like 4. 4 is my main. I don't know why, but 5 is but I played a lot of 4. That was a fun one. I'm hyped for 6, GT6 of course, but it's fucking taking forever, so I'm not going to talk about that one.
Looks like
until
all the,
more stuff is coming out. There's this one game that me and Damien wants to play. What's it called? Nanta or something like that.
Oh, the one that's
Remember?
like freaking anime Grand Theft Auto?
The anime GTA, yeah, that one. I really want to play that one when it comes out.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, me and Damien are going to probably stream that.
I have no idea when it comes out, by the way, Mahari.
Me neither. I heard it was supposed to be free when it was coming out, but I've heard rumors it's not going to be anymore. I'm like, that got me sad, but I'm still going to buy it just to play it, because anime GTA, that sounds hella fun.
Yeah, from everything I saw, you get to like set up your character with like anime moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unique to the game. There's like the anime style freaking.
I can't wait for that game to come out. I actually am pre-registered on the website, actually.
Oh.
So I get it, hopefully? I pre-registered?
Whenever it's available to be pre-ordered or whatever.
Yeah. I haven't gotten an email yet about it, so... Can't wait for that game to come out.
Okay.
I do want to get Power World.
Power World?
Yeah, because of the Terraria collab.
I'm thinking about getting it for PlayStation 5 eventually. It's just I'm unless there are like certain games that I'm like really big fans of the series on, I'm not big about buying a game.
Yeah, I really love. I played Power World on the
PC.
Xbox.
Yeah, see,
when it came to Xbox Game Pass, I played it for free, and it was pretty fun. I'm gonna be honest. I actually enjoyed it because it's like a Pokemon game, and fuck them Pokemon haters, whatever people trying to take down Power World. Fuck all y'all. Like, Power World is awesome.
I do like Power World a lot. I actually played
Terraria
it on
collab,
Xbox.
the Pokemon game. You shoot them. You can make them do labor.
I played it
hard
on,
labor.
Yeah. You can eat them.
You can enslave them. I really like that.
You can also treat them respectfully and set them up.
And also respectfully, if you're that type of person. If you're that type of person that likes to respect them.
I have a perfectly humane Pal Factory. Okay, like they get food, water, luxury. Like these guys are set.
Let's enjoy this slow
life.
Right,
I want to play that. I want to buy it. It's only $23 right now. I could probably do something to get that.
I have it on PC. So I originally also played it for free off the Xbox Pass whenever it first came out. But I liked it so much that when I ended up getting it on Steam, but I didn't want to have to restart the game, I actually went and found a freaking program that allowed me to take my Xbox Pass save and convert it into a Steam save, so I could keep all my progress. And then I had to wait for them to update the game and add where you could change your name, because you couldn't name yourself on the Xbox Pass version, but you could on the Steam version.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So my guy was still just named Player Number 1.
Yeah, that's a bummer, though. Until you get by the outro game, you get to.
But, you know, got it now, got all my stuff transferred over.
Even though I already have it, and it's actually been out for years, of course. It's Terraria. I fucking love that game.
I have not played it.
Terraria is also having a Power World collab. It's just, I don't know what's coming into Terraria Power World collab. I haven't heard anything about it. But I can't wait for that.
I know the first
it's out now,
we got that
but
kitten
it's just
sword or whatever. The meows.
Yeah, in Power World, the Meow Mirror. Power got the Meow Mirror and the Terra Sword, which is fucking awesome. I wonder if we're going to get any Power World content in Terraria.
Yeah, I'm curious how that's going to work. I haven't played Power World in a long time.
I'm still waiting for the new 1.4.5 update, which is going to come with crossplay finally.
Oh yeah?
Hell yeah, crossplay.
So we'll be able to play it together then.
Yeah. I mean, I have it on my PlayStation, I got it on my Xbox and PC, bro. I bought it on all of them.
Damn.
I love Terraria.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll have to check that game out and see what's up with it. Alright, so unless you guys have anything else you want to add in here, I think it's about time for me to get to my Eminence and Shadow notes.
Oh yeah. Before you get into that, I'm gonna go pee.
All right. Well, while he's going to the bathroom, Mahari, do you have anything you'd like to talk about? Since you're our esteemed guest here, I know you got all the storms and stuff looming on you, so I might want to get some whatever you got to talk about out pretty
It
quick.
hasn't really done anything to me yet. It's about to pass by too.
Okay. You might be good and safe then.
Yeah. I
That's
think 'cause I'm
good.
on an island, I'm safe.
I got you. If you don't mind my asking, what island do you live on?
Sandy.
Okay, and what state is that in?
The Carolinas of the South.
Oh, okay. I did not know there was an island out there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's genuinely an island. It's not connected by any land.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, Mahari is our guest. He was also here last week. We did get a little bit more information about him then. You know, we've been learning more about him here. But I wanted to ask you a little bit more about your life, man. Like, what got you into like anime and like video games and stuff like that? Like, what got you behind all of that?
So I've always been like a pretty huge gaming nerd because, like, my family, we do a lot of games: Call of Duty, 2K,
Okay.
Madden, GTA,
Mm-hmm.
the good stuff.
Okay.
And we did have a lot of older games. We had like an old Spider-Man game. What else did we have? We had a lot of games that capped it, like too many to remember.
So you've been playing games since you were like little.
Yes, little.
Do you remember what the first game you played is, or what is the first game you can remember playing? I guess.
Let's enjoy this slowly, or else we'll run out of fun
as
things to do.
a thing for all black people, it was 2K.
Why can't we just hurry?
Oh yeah, you just speak it out for
That's
your
a staple.
Culvery.
That's a staple for all black people in their first game, either 2K or Madden.
I'm back.
Or Call of Duty. Call of Duty was also pretty good.
I'm back. Oh yeah.
But can you remember what the first one you played is?
Shit.
Like the first
No,
actual
I
game
can't
you
like
played?
I can't like actually remember what's the
What's up we
first
talking about?
game.
I can still remember the
Very first game?
Yeah, the very first game that you ever played. I was
Pac-Man.
asking Mahari what got him into
Honestly,
like
back.
anime and gaming, like nerdy stuff in general.
Yeah. And then anime,
Is it just something that you just kind of like over the years started to watch more, or was like was there one that like really was like, man, I want to see like more stuff like this? Or is it just like you got it mixed in with cartoons? Oh wow, he got dropped.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. Well, we lost Mahari.
We lost Mahari. Don't worry, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back soon. Hopefully the storms aren't too bad, guys. Yeah. But we were prepared for this. Anyways, Kat, so I guess I'll shift the question to you real quick then. Oh,
What's up?
what was the, we'll make it easier since we're waiting on my notes anyway. We'll ask you the rest of it after. What was the very first video game you can remember playing?
Very first video game. On the PS3, I think, was my very first game was a Mortal Kombat game.
Okay.
I don't. It's called Mortal Kombat. No, it's not Revengeance. It's not any of that stuff. It's where with the Shaolin brothers with Liu Kang and it's a Mortal Kombat focused on Liu Kang and Kung Lao.
Shaolin Monks?
Yeah, that one. That's the first Mortal Kombat I played. The very first game I played.
I didn't know. Also, Mahari said his game died. It kicked him all the way out of the game, so his game crashed.
Oh.
Right, Mahari, well, I'll give you. I'll wait a minute for you to get back here so I can re-invite you when you reload. Let me send you a party chat invite because it completely kicked you out of the party and everything. That is absolutely crazy. Are you still offline? Oh, it shut off your PlayStation? Like, did your power flash? Like, what exactly happened there? Like, is your PlayStation, like, not turning back on kind of thing, or?
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Okay, so it completely shut off my PlayStation, but like all my lights and stuff stayed on.
Crazy.
Like, dang, this weather is a hating on me gaming.
Oh, for real. That's crazy. Alright. Super Nerd
Wait, what
Pikachu
is
says,
what
wow.
is it? What's your? Didn't you say something about cold? If I remember.
Hold on,
Like
I'm gonna check out real. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna make sure
like
I'm still
a
good in the
blizzard
game.
or something.
Because
What you
if
said? I
not,
don't
I'm
fucking
turning it off,
remember.
so I don't have to buy another PlayStation.
Tropical storm is what
Or
you
else
meant
we'll
to
run
do.
Tropical.
fun things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys
tropical,
just love doing
tropical.
meaningless things, don't they? Why can't
Yeah,
we
you don't
just
get
hurry
tropical.
You again.
Yeah,
Give me a
it's
break.
like in the middle of
Don't you ever
fucking
learn?
America.
Sending
The
you to the
United
scrap
States.
heap. Seriously? You guys again? Some people never.
You get
We're literally like right in the dead center of
Rain
Oklahoma
and
and
tornadoes.
Kansas.
Must destroy.
Yeah, where we live, we don't get very big tornadoes. We get small ones.
Oh, I got big tornadoes. All kinds of
Life's about
tornadoes.
having fun.
Exactly why I suggest we kill the lot of them and get back to having fun.
You said today's the day I shut you all down. Now, good. Go on. I'm coming too.
Ooh, yeah, talking about anime. Yeah, the very first one I've seen Dragon Ball, of course.
Yeah.
Then after Dragon Ball, I saw an anime. The second anime is called Kill la Kill. I have no idea if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of Kill la Kill. I've seen Kill la Kill.
Oh, baby. That's a good one. I'm gonna be honest. That's actually
Is that
kind
what
of good.
got you wanting to watch more anime?
Yes, Dragon Ball and Kill la Kill. Those two animes got me in more.
So the ones that first got me like really big into anime, of course I watched Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I didn't realize that they were anime.
Oh yeah, and
growing up.
Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's not really.
Yo,
It's
I'll
still,
be
Some
right
people
back.
say Pokemon's not really an
Alright,
anime,
alright.
it's more like a cartoon.
I just gotta shut it off so I don't lose my PlayStation or TV.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. Turn it off.
Alright,
Oh,
I'll be back when it gets over.
Pikachu.
Yes, sir. Stay safe. Alright, continue.
So, as I was saying, you know, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, didn't realize they were anime, and we first got into Dragon Ball on Konami coming back home from my brother's, or my school, me and my brother, where I was watching Pokemon one day, and my uncle's friend was like, hey, let me show you a real cartoon, put on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, you told me about all that stuff. Yeah, just
Yeah.
for the podcast.
So-
I don't remember.
So what happened was, that's why I was trying to speed through it. Right,
Yeah,
to
okay.
get to the actual like meat of things. So
Yeah.
Konami is what I was watching all of my anime on before. So the first things
Honestly,
I saw
same.
was Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam, stuff like that. Like a lot older.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like Kill la Kill wasn't even around back then.
That's
Okay,
true.
Card Captors, Sailor Moon, things like that were like all my first anime, but like I loved watching all of this stuff. You know, to me it was just like something that I could relate to and connect more to than like a lot of the other things. I was also a big Power Rangers fan when I was a little kid, you know.
Power Rangers? Oh, hell
yeah,
yeah.
Watched a lot of freaking Power Rangers when I was a little kid.
Power Rangers is the shit right there.
Mighty Morphin was the only one around when I was a kid, and then of course, you know, like I've seen all of the Power Rangers as they came out. Zeo, freaking Turbo, Wild Force, all that stuff. Just Power Rangers in space, freaking, just a list. Fucking, what was it? Lightspeed Rescue was one I can remember. Lost Galaxy.
I really like Power Rangers, dude. I used to, as a little kid, well not kid, but and when I was younger, when I watched Power Rangers, I pretended to be one.
Okay.
I pretended
let
to
me
be
send
a
you
Power
new
Ranger.
invite. I don't know why it disconnected you either. I thought you'd left because you had to do something or something. It just said you left out of nowhere.
Me?
No,
Oh, Pikachu?
yeah, Pikachu. They were running these parallel quests with me, and it just kicked them. But like, So, you know, I grew up watching all of that stuff. The last one that I can remember watching, like, and actually enjoying was Mystic Force. I did try to watch the two that came after Mystic Force, but I didn't really get into them as much, and I think that's when I stopped watching Power Rangers in general. Like, it's kind of like, I think that's whenever I kind of moved on from that phase, which is weird, because I still can go back and watch the older ones that I've already watched before, and I can watch those and enjoy them without feeling like cringe, even though they're probably still super cringy. But I can't watch any of the newer ones because they seem super cringy to me. I don't know how else to explain it. But, you know, also, it's probably the same way for, like, people growing up, like, with those.
Yeah.
Like, the ones you grow up with are the ones you're gonna like, you know? You get that nostalgic feeling from that.
Yeah.
So it's probably just when I was just getting phased out of, I guess, liking them in general, you know? But... you know, I still kept up with a lot of things from when I was younger, though. You know, obviously, like, I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! I still like Pokemon a lot. I freaking love Digimon. I'm a big Digimon fan. Digimon was another one of those from when I was a kid. Digimon is the one that I wish
wait, hold on.
that we had more of.
Yokai Watch. Have you seen that?
Yep. I have with my cousin Lonnie. I don't know too much about it, other than the characters that I unlocked in Final Fantasy XIV when I had the Yokai Watch class.
Yokai Watch was, oh my goodness. I really liked that one.
Yeah, so I didn't watch Yokai Watch, but I watched a lot of the other ones like Beyblade, Metabots, freaking Bakugan. Super Nerd Pikachu says Yokai Watch is his favorite.
Yeah, Yokai Watch was so good.
Yeah, see, I was already in my 20s when Yokai Watch came out, yeah. But I watched it with my cousin Lonnie, my little cousin, when he was very young. Yeah. I used to babysit him for my aunt, so we watched a lot of things together. Like, I don't like Teen Titans Go, but I've seen a lot of Teen Titans Go because of Lonnie.
I have. I hit a crap ton. I've actually like sat down and watched it.
And if you like Teen Titans Go, that is all good for you. I'm not gonna crap on the thing you like. It's just I was a big fan of the original Teen Titans, and I felt like Teen Titans Go spat in the face of everything that I
You're
like.
not bad at all. Not bad at all. But don't get carried away.
So that's just all it is for me. But, like, I did laugh at parts, and there were parts that I thought were hilarious. My favorite one is where they interact with their original selves from the original show.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Right. Also, comic books. Huge comic book fan. I have been a comic book fan since I was a little kid. First comic book I ever read was an X-Men comic book.
I don't remember what my first comic was.
But the first comic book I ever bought was a Spider-Man comic book. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero. Right? And I am not a, like, you know, there's some people like, they like DC more, or they like Marvel more. I like both of them exactly the same. Bro, to me, it's superheroes. I don't have a preference of DC or Marvel.
Yeah.
I love both. In fact, I like other ones outside of them. I like Dark Horse and stuff like that. Freaking NetherRealm, like little lesser known Image comics, lesser known comics. You know, that are outside of Marvel and DC. Like a lot of people actually have been watching the character from Image comics and they don't even realize it because that's where Invincible came from. Which, you know, I need to catch up on freaking Invincible. I've only seen the first season.
Yeah, same. I haven't seen the second season.
Yeah, I don't know how much is out now, but I know I need to get caught up because a lot has happened. Like,
Yeah.
used to like DC, might get back into it. So, I love the DC comics, but where I fall off on DC is like, I've still watched everything that's come out by it, but like the live action movies and stuff, I don't like that they keep resetting the universe over and over and over. It's like, can you guys just kind of like stick somewhere? Although it is kind of like how the comics work too with DC though. unironically. But it's like, can you guys just kind of stick with a plan? Let us get a whole movie franchise out from you guys at least once. Which is why I prefer the animated movies of DC. The animated DC series, that's where they clean it up. Let me tell you. Animated DC for the win. Their whole extended universe, I love. Like, everything starting from, like, Batman Bad Blood all the way to the end of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Okay, like, so one of the series that cut into that is, one of my favorite parts. I love the Teen Titans ones they had. I believe it was Judas Contract, and there was a second one. I can't remember what the second one is. Either the first or second one. One of the names I can't remember for the Teen Titans movies. Oh, no, okay. Teen Titans versus the Justice League was one, and the other was Judas Contract.
I'll show you.
Both of those are freaking amazing. I love the voice actors they, have for that particular series. My favorite character from ongoing in that series is actually Damian Wayne. He's actually introduced back in the Batman movies, but it's that same Damian Wayne introduced in the Batman movies in this series that gets moved into the Teen Titans series, starting with, I believe it was Teen Titans Judas Contract, but it might have been versus the Justice League first. I don't remember
You again.
the exact order that they came out.
Don't you ever learn?
Sending you to the scrap heap.
Serious?
Man, I was really hoping that they would continue with more Teen Titans movies in that particular series, but then we ended up getting into the Justice League parts and Justice League Dark.
Goku's son.
Geez, 16-year-old work, no play.
Yes, I completely agree that the original Teen Titans is way better than Teen Titans Go. Like I said, I personally don't like Teen Titans Go, but, you know, I can see why people like Teen Titans Go, if that makes sense.
Shut you all down. For good. Go on. I'm coming
Like,
too.
it definitely did have some funny moments. It just wasn't the Teen
What a
Titans that
surprise. You're not
I
bad at all.
grew up with, so it was just really weird for me.
Don't think I'll lose that easily.
I like you. What's
Why
going
not?
on? I never saw this android. At least not in my era.
I can't use body change. This quest? Damn. Body Android 16.
It was not in my analysis. Damage sustained. System still functional. Damage catastrophic. System failure imminent.
You did it! Amazing! In your force!
Wait, sorry, I kind of lost steam there. Got a little distracted in the game a little bit. Are you talking about the festival moves?
It was you, was it? You're the ones who destroyed the androids I required.
I don't know if you can use the festival characters in PvP.
You can.
That would be a Mahari question. I think you can though.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, never mind. Cat knows. Yes, you can. Oh, body change? Body change you should be able to use in PvE also. I just don't know why I can't body change in this particular battle. Maybe it's locked out of certain parallel quests?
No, you should be able to use it for all the parallel quests.
Maybe I need more keys than 4 or 5 bars? I feel like
Maybe you're
it's
just
less
not.
key than that. Maybe it's just this parallel quest in general? Or maybe it's because I'm not on single player? I don't know. I have no idea why I can't body change in that. It's something got me confused over here. Oh, you can't do it in parallel quest? Okay.
What? What of that then?
Right? What opportunity would we have to use it in? That's the real question.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not using I'm not doing PvP just to use body change.
Not for real though. Freaking, so to go to bed at night, I have been watching a lot of Kill Tony and freaking Adam Ray's freaking Dr. Phil Live comedy stuff lately, right? And I gotta tell you, that stuff is getting like a direct line to my funny bone. They have some dark, effed up humor over there, and I love it. That is something I'd probably want to see one of those shows live at one point in my life. But we're getting to the point in the podcast where I need to move on to my notes, because it's been almost 2 hours. And I know Kat's been waiting for them.
Yes, I am.
So, Pikachu,
can't wait.
We're going to do this round here, you know, and then I am going to start reading these notes off, so I'm not going to be moving for a minute. I can keep rendering up if you want, but I'm not going to be able to fight, so... Because I got to be able to look at my phone to read my notes.
I'll show you.
Or I'm going to mess myself all kinds of up. So, as you all know, at the beginning of Imminence and Shadow from last week, if you're not here, I'm going to give you guys a quick recap. I did not really rock with it at first because I'm not a big isekai fan. And at first, I didn't know it was an isekai. Okay, I was following it. I was really confused. I thought it was a high school drama anime. I thought that was kind of weird. It got to a part where this girl got kidnapped, and she was getting... guy was giving off very rapey vibes, like he was about to do some very effed up shit to her. And then all of a sudden, the guy who's the main character falls through the freaking roof, beats his ass vigilante style, has a lot of clips like Spider-Man. I like that. And then at the end of the episode, he effing died. Like, what the Yep. And the beginning of the next episode was him getting reincarnated and giving backstory. We met this person called Alpha. He formed this group. He got a whole group of anime baddies. And
hell yeah.
Then they leave him at the end of the second episode. And then once again, I was stuck at the what the fuck is going on with this anime kind of idea. Right? And so I was super excited for episode 3. And that's when we start to get into my notes here. Right?
Yep.
So, based off the fact that they all left to fight the Cult of Diablos, and that he thinks that they just wanted to stop playing along with him, and like, I think that while he thinks that the Cult of Diablos and everything is fake, and that these girls are just really good actresses and been playing along with him as he grew up, and they just kind of grew out of doing it with him, I think the whole time he thought he was playing, that actually this cult was fucking real, right? And that these girls have been actually finding real information on it, actually fighting it, and the whole time he's been thinking he's just been playing a game. And that they've been going along with it. But I think this is all actually real, while he thinks it's fake. And I think the reason they left at the end of episode 2 was to actually go fight and like spread out and be able to grow Shadow Garden more. To fight against the Cult of Diablos. Right? And I do have more notes. I'm just trying to get out of the cell fight so I can look back at my notes.
You're the ones who destroyed the androids I required. You're the ones who robbed me of my chance to attain perfection.
Oh, I should have knocked him away first.
Who are you? Monster. Come on, Gohan, let's get him.
Yeah, you guys got him. I'm gonna start reading my notes again. I believe in you, Pikachu. Okay. So as I was saying, so I believe that the whole time that he thought they were just playing along, that his anime baddie army was actually fighting the real cult, and have been finding real evidence about the cult that he thinks he made up, but it actually turned out to be real. Alright?
Yep.
And then, after having all these thoughts and all the exposition in the beginning, all of a sudden they cut back to him in his old life, and he's just smashing his head up against some rocks. Like, what the hell happened with this? Alright, he's just yelling, magic, 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 over and over. Right, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? Right? So I thought him smashing his head against his rock was super crazy. I was like, why was he mad that he couldn't get magic? Was he trying to force magic into his reality? Like, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he smashed his head up against that rock so much that he thought he was jumping into some kind of magic tunnel and got hit by a fucking truck. Like, that's absolutely insane.
Yep.
Right? So my exact thoughts as this was happening was, is he trying to force it to exist? Like, what's going on here? Is that why he becomes a vigilante? He definitely has some interesting questions that are being brought up so far, but let's keep going. And then, oh, that's how he died. That's crazy. He thought he was jumping in a magic portal. Nope, freaking delivery check. Bam! Big ouch. Man just got unsubscribed from life.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the intro music is still fire. Alright, I still feel exactly that way about it. Right? Like, every time I hear that intro song, I'm like, alright, bro, this shit hits. Okay?
They do go hard.
Yeah. Okay. I do like that the name of the kingdom that they're in is called Midgar Kingdom. Gives a lot of Nordic vibes, and I'm big about Nordic mythology in general. Right? So I thought that was pretty cool. Right? Also, the first time they say his name Sid is in episode 3. I went back and rechecked in episode 1 and 2. They never once say his name in both of those episodes. Okay, they only ever say his last name.
Talking to.
Yep. So that's why I didn't hear Sid yet. They say it for the first time in episode 3. I went and got the confirmation. Cat made me think I was crazy at first. Because I didn't remember them saying his first name. And I said, what the heck is this punishment game? Having to confess your love to the most beautiful girl in school and suffer her rejection? Like, what if she doesn't reject you? What if it becomes who is the, you know, and what if who you think is the most beautiful girl, you know, in school is subjective because, oh, wait, they have one decided already. LMAO, rant avoided. These are my exact raw thoughts, by the way, as I was watching the show. I always pause after certain moments and jot down my current thoughts before I go any farther, just so I can have these surprise reactions in my thoughts for you. Okay. So, they had one decided. The girl is named Alexia, which is the same as my girlfriend's name. I thought that was hilarious. I literally paused, rewound, and showed her that part just so she would see that. Because her name's not very common. And I was like, that's absolutely hilarious. And damn, the random guy who was confessing his love to her in the beginning was a little much. No wonder she had rejected him. Bro was a straight creeper. And I said, oh, I see. Sid has a freaking plan to make the perfect background character love confession and get himself rejected. It was like, oh my god, it was very painful to watch, but holy crap, she said yes, what the hell?
Yup. She said yeah.
And now, he thinks he's a rom-com protagonist. What is going on? Once again, not a big fan of the weird high school drama, but it is kind of hilarious at the same time. I'm just not a big high school drama anime type guy, right? Also, I feel him on the fact that there has to be a catch to, you know, her instantly saying yes to him, right? Like, it just seems a little odd, right?
Yep.
And, you know, that's exactly what I'd be thinking as well if I did all that and then she's just said yes. He has been trying so hard to get her to break up with him. Right? He called his friends and picked up, he picked his friends for cover and called them, called them useless idiots. Way to describe your friends. And he tried to use them as meat shields to get him out of, like, doing stuff with her, but she ended up getting him bumped up to a higher level of a sparring class and forcing him to have to come to it. Right? So I thought that was interesting. Also, she seemed to be up to something, and you know what? Turns out later I was correct. Spoilers, everyone. The fencing class they have is definitely interesting. Like, what kind of school offers, like, high-end combat? It's like, you go from math class to, alright, you guys got swords and magic now, let's beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I fucking love that one. I love that part.
I definitely like that part of the school that they're in. You know?
I love how they switched up.
he's very observant but overly critical about how how she fights is how I originally felt about it. Like, he called her style very good but also basic and boring. And then I thought that was hilarious that he described it as that, because she immediately says that she hates his fighting style because it's exactly like hers. So he just dissed her fighting style just to have her compare hers to his. So in the end, he dissed both of their fighting styles.
Yep.
So, you know, a big irony right there. Okay. And then it turns out she was actually using him just as much as he was using her. Hilariously, he tried to get her out of the relationship. She blackmailed him into staying as her boyfriend because she didn't want to get married to this freaking other guy who was a total tool. I just want to throw that out there. I don't like that guy at all. And then she found out that his weakness was money.
Yep.
And was making him act like a dog and catch gold coins in his mouth and wolf at her and stuff like that. Literally had him going around like a puppy, calling him a puppy. So my exact reaction to that was LMAO, what the fuck?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Said I like this anime, but some of these parts are really weird and random. I get its world building, but it's still a very odd side step from the other plots that have been going on. So I noticed she judges people by their flaws and doesn't like the Zenon guy, which was the guy she was supposed to get married to, because as far as she can tell, he doesn't have any flaws. So that means that as far as she's concerned, he's either fake, psychotic, or, you know, an evil douche. And I had to agree that, yeah, he's probably an evil douche. It makes sense. No, nobody's that perfect. And so she hates how he fences, and that makes me think that she can tell that he's actually holding back. And then it said, oh, he accidentally said the same thing that her sister said to him, and that how he loves her fighting style and really enjoys it. And she hated her sister saying that to her, but kind of smiled and blushed when he said that, so I found that interesting. And then, this is the part that really got me. Whenever he was talking to her, right? I was trying to explain that how he wasn't a good guy. His exact words was, he said, if 1 million people died across the world, it would not bother him. He isn't nice. She said that he is vile and evil, but then he cut her off and said, but there are things that in this world he personally cares about, and that it would bother him if they were gone. And that other people might think these things are worthless and meaningless and even futile, but to him, they are the most precious things in his life. Alright? And he says that's the reason why he likes her fencing style. Then she drew a sword on him. Shit was really heating up right there. She asked him why he said it. And I like the next line. It pisses me off when people disrespect the things I care about. Because I can really relate to that. Like, I can relate to that a lot. So, like, when she was disrespecting her own self and her own fighting style, which is something he cared about, it pissed him off, which is why he said what he did to her. And then, you know, she broke up with him right then and there, so he got his wish.
That's true.
And now his friends were being really dumb. I don't exactly remember what they were doing, but I have it in my notes here that they were being dumb. I put a big LMAO, so whatever it was made me laugh, and I feel like I should have wrote it down.
Oh,
wait, I remember what they were doing.
Down the hall.
I remember what they were doing now. They were teasing him and saying like things like, oh man, if I would have got with her, I would have went all the way and stuff like that. Like, these fucking nerdy freaking never been laid in their life. Over here like, no, we totally would have smashed, bro. You know, normal guy stuff. You know, when you're trying to show up for your friends.
Yep.
Like, it was cracking me up how dumb they were being. They're saying that they would have got way farther. I was like, damn, these guys are dumb. And then I said, whoa, she didn't make it home and is now being investigated. What the hell happened? Way to end the damn episode.
Now, episode 4.
Yes, episode 4 notes. kind of sus that girls have been getting kidnapped like every episode, it seems. That's my initial note before I even started the episode. But I'm still interested in what's going on. It's got a good story, and the show's kind of all over the place, while at the same time somehow maintaining a direction, and I can respect that. a little bit chaotic, but it's controlled chaos, and I can respect controlled chaos. And then I went immediately from I can respect that to, yo, what the f*** is in the cell next to her? Like, is that her sister? Did they experiment on that? Did they try to clone her? What the f*** is that thing? Like, what a crazy way to start an episode. Bro is very obsessed with royalty and royal blood and stuff like that. He's very creepy, saying that she has some kind of demon's blood and that he's going to resurrect the demon in the modern day. And then I was like, damn. Back to him in prison. They've been beating the f*** out of him. Oh yeah, so I did forget a note. That when she got kidnapped, they immediately arrested Sid at the beginning of the episode. Blamed him for her disappearing. So I was like, damn, bro got fucking set up twice. Right? So, anyway, that'll make this part make more sense. So back to him in prison. They were literally just beating the ever-living shit out of him. They tortured him, they did all kinds of crap, but he completely refused to escape. Right?
Yep.
So I wonder what was going on with that. I guess he's just trying to clear it up and make it seem like he was innocent and everything. And then it cuts back to her being in prison again, and bro is like taking her blood and stuff. So like, is he trying to make monsters with it and things like that? It's like, you know, stuff that I'm really trying to figure out here.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious that he let them beat the crap out of him while he was getting tortured, because he was like, this is what an NPC would do. He's just trying to have an NPC off because of how they came in being like the most boring torturing people. He said like it was completely bored torturing him, but he couldn't escape because he was having the ultimate NPC off. What the fuck?
Yep.
So I was like, okay, so back to the other guy was, because they like I said, this show's kind of all over the place. They shift back and forth a lot. So, you know, I was wondering, is he making her blood to make monsters and stuff? It seems like she got really bored of him taking her blood, but the moment he stopped and got distracted and was about to go abuse the monster, she reminded him that he didn't take her blood yet. And I think it was to save the monster from getting beat, so that was an interesting choice, I thought. And she didn't really seem like the kind of person to make that kind of decision from everything they've shown about her so far. Right? So I thought that was, you know, a pretty good sign of, like, the type of character that she actually is, that they're kind of hiding back. Okay? So, I find it kind of interesting, but at the same time kind of weird. Every time she talks, everything she says is just so very unenthusiastic, unless she's talking about her sister. And then that's the only time you, like, hear any little modicum of freaking passion from her voice. But
yeah,
like, otherwise she's very monotone, and I don't know how I feel about it. Okay. And now, okay, so her tone sounds very enthusiastic, and now he is force-feeding her. What the fuck is going on in this episode? So, okay, so that thing isn't her sister. It's still maybe like a failed clone or a demon resurrection or something. Her sister sounds very strong. I finally got to see her. I like that she has red hair. You know, I'm a big fan of redheads.
Yep.
Sid's sister's arguing with her, trying to save him. I found that interesting, considering she seemed like she didn't like him. But I guess he is her brother, so I got, you know, family. Right?
Yeah.
Alexia kind of reminds me of the Punk Child skin on that Magic has in Marvel Rivals. Just the way she's dressed and everything, with the hair, every bit of it, actually. It just looks like the Punk Child skin from Marvel Rivals to me. Alright. But I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, damn, they just tossed bro out in the streets in his underwear. I mean, at least he got his sword back, but, what up with all these trains, like modern-style freaking electric trains in medieval times? It's like semi-modern, fucking semi-back in medieval times. I don't understand this anime sometimes. Like, they got horse-drawn carriages and trains at the same time.
Yep.
It's kind of like modern Midwest. So, that's pretty good. I said, ooh, Alpha's back, and they seem to be working with him and growing in the organization, which I thought that was cool. And he thinks that they're still all just playing along. Wait, what the fuck? Is she stripping him? Why is this oddly semi-sexual? I guess I'm about to meet Delta. Damn, poor Alexia, because it cuts to her just randomly showing like how she got stabbed with a bunch of needles and had like, it looked like he spit on her face, and I'm gonna call it spit, but it really looked like it was something else on her face. Poor girl. All I'm gonna say. It seemed like off screen some very dark shit happened to her. Okay. Yeah, that's how I felt watching this Pikachu. Okay, the show's called The Eminence in Shadow. Alright? That is sending me through a whirlwind of emotions getting through all of this. Okay? So, where was I here? So, as I was saying, poor Alexia. What's on her face, though? That's gross. Hopefully it's just oatmeal and spit. She looks like she's barely alive, and the monster looks like it either wants to eat or save her. I can't tell right now. Bro did all of that gathering money and working for Alexia and all of that stuff to fund what he thinks is a ruse. Bro, why would you be spending all this money on something you think is fake? That's something that really freaking, I found was, very odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, damn, there's a lot of fan service in this anime.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was crazy that while his anime baddies were off doing their own thing, they gathered a whole 114-person army, and he was completely shocked that they gathered that many people, but because he had said 114 people, she thought he was actually disappointed, right? And was like, listen, that's all we could get in such short notice. Well, meanwhile, he's over here like, damn, 114 people? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I thought that crap was hilarious. Also, he called her out thinking she hired extras. Like, this is a freaking... like, just a big game to him. Like... So he called her out thinking she hired extras, and then they did a what? Question mark? A what? Like, she was like, he's like, did you hire extras? And she was like, what? And he was like, what? And then all of a sudden, just damn, they just bust out this whole battle plan, right?
Yeah.
And she's all like breaking it down to him step by step by step. He lets her get through the whole battle plan and is like, hey, sorry, F your plans, I'm taking charge now. Like, damn, bro, you're gonna let her say all of that just to be like, yeah, so, fuck all of that you just said. This is what we're gonna do now.
Yep.
So, I thought that stuff was freaking hilarious, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it's funny that he thinks it's fake, but he keeps playing into it anyway. And also, if you think it's fake, why are you murdering so many people? I still feel like he was, like, a suppressed serial killer. Okay? Because he really enjoys killing people.
Yeah.
So, I see that Zenon was trying to set him up for murder. Right? That even though they had no proof and that he got acquitted and thrown out, the guy was still trying to get them to rearrest him. Which, kind of a dick move. Right? Hold on, my notes scrolled up. I gotta scroll back down. Okay, really playing into it. Saying they're trying to send him up to a murder while his anime baddies try to clear his name. Which I thought was cool on them. And bro went full serial killer mode again. And then there's one girl while watching him kill all of these people in the alley, just absolutely fangirling over him and writing a story about what he's doing. Like he's some grand, amazing fictional character. Right? And everything that he does. I also see that Delta's an absolute monster and also has the same serial killer vibes that he does. Like
That's
she
the
really
fucking
likes
dude.
killing people.
Yes, he finally met Delta.
She
I fucking love Delta.
really likes killing people. Like, oh my god.
And also, she really likes Sid.
She might also really like killing people more than he does. I can't tell. They're both kind of psychotic when it comes to killing
I fucking love the wolf girl, bro.
So, I'm wondering why Alpha looks sad during the whole mission. Right? I wonder what the hell she's thinking. I thought it was hilarious that that dumbass scientist got himself killed while trying to resurrect Diablos. Like, Alexia tried to warn him and everything, right? And he still injected that monster with the freaking blood. I said, hopefully she doesn't die, because the monster went full berserk. Fucking splattered him into bloody fucking mist. Like, there was no parts of his body left. That monster hit him so hard. Right? The monster also looks very crazy now, and I was surprised that it ended up saving Alexia before it went outside and fucking went full berserker mode. So it like had like a small little bit of control over itself when it freed her, and then like before it would attack her, it left. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. So Alexia is still monotone, but also at the same time she's very funny. And yes, it was confirmed, Xenon is in fact an evil douche. He's the one that's been leading this whole organization and set up for her to get kidnapped and try to set up for frickin' Sid to get frickin' looks like Bryce tried to enter and then left. But it really looked like, you know, he set all of this stuff up in the background. So, you know, it's definitely, as I said, evil douche. Totally saw that coming. Just want to point that out there. What is up, Bryce? We're just sitting and chilling while I finish reading my notes here from Imminence and Shadow. And then we'll go back to spamming these things. I get myself sitting back down because I accidentally made my character walk. Okay. As I was saying, so I totally saw that coming. I noticed that he was purposely pissing her off so she would attack him. He was definitely well played, and he knew exactly what buttons to push on her, comparing her to her sister, and saying that her sister is way better than she ever could be, no matter how much she trained. And then she shows off a new technique that he instantly completely outclassed, which I was like, damn, so she goes through all of this character development, busts out this new technique out of nowhere, and he's like, nah, fuck that technique. It's like your sister's, but weaker. Pissing her off even more.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, some crazy music plays, and then BAM! Sid just shows up out of nowhere. And into the episode. And I said, well...
Oh, episode 5, baby!
Well, definitely episode 5
5
time.
is crazy.
Because, man, they keep leaving me on these damn cliffhangers. I'm digging the whole Holy Hymn music vibes that Sid has going on as he enters the arena. And bro is looking absolutely badass in his fucking, like, slime sword gear crap. Like, dude, the fucking, his clothes and shit that he has going on, that shit looks very
fucking badass. Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I can't wait for you to talk about 5.
Yeah. And I said he's looking very badass, and he looks like he's about to go all OP protagonist.
I can't wait until you talk about the fucking ultimate move he uses.
Yeah, he easily dodged every freaking attack that Xenon sent out at him, and then talked shit saying, so, where's this core cult member that's supposed to be so, you know, good at fighting? When's he supposed to show up? I thought that was hilarious. My exact note, LMAO, laughy face emoji. I said, oh, it's crazy monster time again. They had moved to the city. Somehow, evacuated that city awfully fast with very good reaction time from the city defenses, but why keep wasting bullets on a monster that keeps regenerating? Oh shit, the monster has extra regeneration. And it looks like we are about to see Iris in action. So oh shit, the monster has extra regeneration is because like 3 little soldier guys came in out of nowhere and used like some special named attacks on it and actually managed to cut it. But then it like instantly regenerated that shit. The reason I asked why they keep wasting bullets is because the bullets were literally bouncing off the monster. Like, bro, you aren't getting through. Why keep shooting the same spots?
Yep.
Okay. So her first attack, which was like the red version of her sister's attack, seems like it cut way deeper, but the monster still healed it very quickly. Also, the monster looks pretty sick, all amped up with the demon juice, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the monster was looking pretty badass. Alright. So, I said, I wonder what the attack is called when she makes the red lightning on her sword. Because she didn't name any of her attacks like some of the other people have been. She just fucking came out there like a badass, fucking double the size of her sword with like red lightning coming out of it and just went at this fucking monster. Okay. She kept pushing it around, but it kept healing, like, as she was beating it up. The way she attacks reminded me a lot of the girls from Claymore. Like, she just had that freaking one-arm sword swing thing, and she was just such fast flashes. Just like, you couldn't see her arm. She was moving so fast. You could just see the flash lines. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then, you know, it kept regenerating no matter what she did. And then I said, the exact thing is like, how is she going to be able to... Oh, shit, it's Alpha. So I didn't even get to finish that sentence.
Oh, shit, it's Alpha.
Right? Alpha came in a little bit dramatic and bitchy, but I mean, I guess that's okay. And the attack she did was, like, really badass. And I was like, oh, shit, did she purify the monster or did she kill it? Right? Because it was very, like, you couldn't really tell what happened.
Yeah.
And then I paused, and I said, damn, it's still really early in the episode. And, oh! It's that guy from episode 2, daughter, isn't it? That's when I realized that the monster...
Yep.
Is the dudes had the Locket's daughter, because the freaking little Locket fell
Finally, you
out.
realized.
Yeah, well, hey, man, they didn't give any hints
That's
about
true,
that
that's
until
true,
right
yeah.
there. That was the first
Understandable.
hint. Yeah, like, you get to see her, and then you're like, oh, okay. And I said, I'm guessing that because of the locket. You know, they didn't really show her face that well. She dropped the same locket. I was like, damn, so Iris just shows up, take over fucking the fight. Iris doesn't like her attitude one bit. The Alpha is like, nah, I'm too strong, it doesn't matter. I don't think you're going to be able to handle me. And Iris seems to comply with that factor because freaking Alpha gives her one look and she backs off.
Oh yeah, for a doubt, Alpha is fucking winning that fight. Don't mess with Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha seems like she's way too strong for her.
Don't fucking mess with Delta for sure.
So,
Delta's
meanwhile,
crazier.
we go back to Sid's favorite cosplay as the Shadow. That's what he calls himself. And he is just absolutely toying with Xenon, okay? The quick blade slash clash they did was really cool, but Sid is literally still just playing with him. And it's kind of funny. Alexia is still monotone, but I like her voice. And I say, yo, what's with bro's eye? That's pretty sick. Oh, what the fuck is Xenon using demon steroids?
What is wrong with bro's eye? Oh, baby, you're about to see the most fucking intense thing.
Right? I was like, they kind of scattered the freaking steroids all over the place. He only swallowed like 2 of them. Like 8 of them fell off down the sides of his face. Right? And I said, oh, freaking, he forgot one. But Sid takes the bottle, and I think he's gonna analyze it or something. I don't know exactly. But also, I noticed that every time they show the bottle, it had a different number of pills in it. So I was like, where's the consistency with how many pills are left? The freaking damn demon steroids, right? Right? And I was like, oh wow, the bottle is now empty. Where do they keep disappearing? I said I love Bro's dialogue, but man, he isn't even flinching at his opponent's power. Bros just keeps getting new levels, and he doesn't even care. And meanwhile, he's just going whole OP protagonist the whole time. And I said, man, is he gonna be this OP the entire show? Like, I haven't seen him struggle one time since the beginning of this. Okay? Gave a really badass speech about how he's becoming a nuclear, or how he became nuclear.
I can't survive a nuke, but you know what?
I can become one.
I'm gonna become nuclear.
Yeah, he said, I can't survive a nuke, but I can become a nuke. So I thought that was crazy. Literally, like, just gave this whole badass speech. Like, said, damn, bro said, I am atomic. And then just fucking nukes the whole city. Like, what the hell?
Bro said, I'm gonna hit you with an attack that you can't come back from.
Right, he gives this whole speech about becoming nuclear, and then just looks at the guy and says, the reason I'm gonna win this fight is because I am atomic, and then just fucking explodes.
Bro said, fuck this city, I am atomic. Shit, fucking big ass fucking explode.
Dude, it was fucking huge, like, just tore a hole through that city.
Yeah,
I was like,
bro.
yep, bro is definitely a serial killer. Yeah, but at least somehow it didn't hit Alexia.
He's like, fuck this whole city block.
Right? Also, big question. How is Bro vaporized but his sword survived? Sid picks up his sword and he's checking it out at the end of the fight, but, like, the attack completely vaporized Venom. There was not one trace of him left. How the hell did his sword was, like, the only thing left where he was? What the fuck is that sword made out of?
No.
And I said, oh look, it's a happy reunion. We got freaking Iris talking to her sister again. And then,
bro,
freaking Alexia
explosion, bro.
Yeah.
That atomic was so fucking awesome. Even Alpha was like, what the fuck? Yeah. She was like, I didn't even know he can do this.
Yeah, dude, nobody did. It was his first reveal of that shit. I don't think he knew he could do that. He was like, all right, listen, bro, I've been working at this shit. I'm about to give a badass speech, and I'm gonna show it off.
Badass speech. Hold on, let me test this attack on you real quick.
I'm just gonna become a fucking nuke real quick. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna turn into a nuke real quick, bro, okay?
So, I was like, so she asked him out again, and then he immediately rejects her, and then I see the blood splatter. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? What's a bodiless murder? Mr. An's like, what the fuck? Wait, did Alexia hit him? What exactly happened? Because, like, it just cuts away after he rejects her, and you just see blood splatter. Right? And I was like, wait. Are the Cult of Diablos and Shadow Garden both real? And things that existed beforehand? Right? I said, is there a second Shadow Garden? And I was like, oh fuck, Alexia effed him up. That was his blood. Because he just shows up all fucking bloody and everything. And I said, who is the girl in the pink hair? Oh great, is she in love with him now? Wait, is this both an isekai and a harem anime? LMAO, either way. Okay, I'm definitely interested in the future of this anime, and I'm excited for episode 6, but man, that was a weird and wild ride. And that's where my notes end, everybody. I have not watched episode 6
yeah,
yet.
Episode 5 was awesome, I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, there was so much episode 5. Like, over half my notes is just episode 5.
You know, bro says, fuck it. I am atomic.
You know, he was talking about how, like, one of the most powerful forces in his old world he came from was like a nuclear bomb and everything like that. And while he might not have the, power he wants to do everything, he does have the ability and the knowledge to make himself go nuclear. And he gives, like, I forgot the exact lines that he says before that, but he just finishes off with the, and I am atomic, and then fucking explodes.
Yep. Oh yeah, I don't want to, but it's a little tiny spoiler, but it's not big of a spoiler, but only he can do that move. I saw a girl trying to do that. Literally, she said, I am, and her fucking arm exploded.
Damn.
Yeah, so she can't do it, and she was fucking strong.
Oh, damn.
Only
I'll have to
Sid
wait
can
till I
do that
see
move
that.
and come out unscathed.
So anyway,
Bro is that powerful.
sorry about that long ish rant there, everyone.
I was like, damn.
Taking so long. I have finished with my notes, so I can get back into the stream and everything and get all caught up. I apologize, everyone. And if you're ready, Pikachu, we can get some more fights. I see Bryce entered and left again. I apologize, Bryce.
I need to rewatch Emerson Shadow again. Finally, you met Delta. I fucking love Wolf Girl. I like her. She's fucking insane.
So far, my favorite ones are the ones that was still Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Delta fucking loves Sid. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh yeah,
Is
you
that
know,
the
and it is
point?
a whole podcast thing that we have going on here.
All you gotta know is Delta loves her so bad she wants to have the babies on him.
Oh damn.
Yep. She's like, I want your baby!
Crazy.
She says I'm second season, but you're not there yet.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. Second
All right.
season's more fire, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna try to get more episode notes for next week. For sure.
Oh, just you wait until he fights his sister and the other girl.
Him. But so I do have one thing I want to let up on. So as you're going into season 2 of
So annoying. My clothes got dirty.
Pokemon Horizons, I don't need like full notes or anything, but just like take little notes. So yeah, like
It
you have
just
little
came
stuff
out,
to
didn't
talk
it?
about. Part 1 and 2 it did. Friday, which is
Mhm.
2 days from now, is when part 3.
Oh, I'm
of
talking about like
will
season
come
2,
out.
yeah. Season 2 came out.
Yeah, very recently.
So are they... I'm lost time. That's the most dumbest question. I'm pretty sure you know what I was gonna ask.
Are they
Hopefully.
on Netflix?
No, not that.
Oh, no.
I know it's on Netflix.
Well, you said it was gonna be the dumbest question. That's the dumbest question I could think of.
Oh.
So,
Well,
no.
the dumb question is since it actually just came out, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in Japanese.
Nope.
So I was like, oh, it's not?
No. So everything we get here in the USA, Pokemon Horizons, is all in English. We are way far behind the Japanese version. Way far behind the Japanese version.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen Pokemon in Japanese. I'm gonna be honest.
Me either. I've seen clips, but I've never watched.
Dude, honestly, same. I seen clips in Japanese. I'm like, wow. I was like, this is different. I was like, I like English better.
So there are some parts though that I think I'd like better in like the original ones, because like they're not gonna call everything sandwiches and donuts. They're actually gonna call them by the food that they are. And I was told that in the Japanese version, Brock serves more than what looks like rice balls all the time. It's just that's what they edited into.
Oh.
And then they called them sandwiches. I was like, man, what kind of sandwiches are those? I remember growing up as a kid being like, man, I've never seen a sandwich that looks like that.
It was you, was it? You're the ones who destroyed the
But yeah, just a little more notes. Like I want your thoughts and your reactions to it, kind of thing, you know.
Oh, I gotta take notes.
Just small notes, Cat. Not heavy notes. You don't have to take them to the
School.
level of notes that I
Just when you were my teacher, no.
key things that. I mean, it is called homework, Cat.
I'm gonna let you guys watch. So today, guys, I'm gonna let you watch this movie. But there's a catch. Take notes. Son of a bitch!
I didn't think about it that way, but I mean, I did call it homework from the start.
That's true.
Because I would eventually, after we get some animes that we've been watching and stuff out of the way, and get caught up on some more things, like I would like to get when like a new anime comes out, like a new seasonal anime. I would like for us both to watch them and like, because you know you really get one episode a week, so we could like come in and talk about the episodes that we watched and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that would be something pretty cool we could start doing here. It's like a bit
Yeah.
on the podcast. You know, and
That'd be
everybody
nice.
watching, thank you all for being here and everything. Like, we're still new to this. We're still winging it and figuring it out as we go along, right? And we don't really have, we both don't have cameras, so that's why we didn't set it up to where like you could just see us and just have us
Dude,
talking and stuff
I don't
like
know
that.
why, but I
do
want to
eventually
watch.
get to that point.
I do
with
want to
this
watch
podcast.
Image and Shadow with you because I want to see your live reaction.
All right, yeah.
I want to see your reaction to the episode.
No, we can get that done. You know, we're
Hell
already
yeah.
friends on Facebook, so freaking just
That's
do
true.
a Facebook Messenger call. And freaking,
Yeah.
I'll put the episodes on. Just be prepared for me to pause and take notes a lot.
Yeah, I understand. I'll be patient.
You know? Because I do want to have the notes and everything for the chat and everything for whenever we do the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and also, everybody watching, what did you all think of my live as I was watching reaction style notes that I've been taking? Like, is it annoying? Is it too much? Would you guys like less? Would you guys like more? Let me know in the comments or in the chat.
In my opinion, I honestly like your notes.
Well, I appreciate that, Cat. I really do.
I like what you put in your notes.
Hey,
To
man,
make it
it's
more
just
like funny, you know.
interesting.
Have that little comedy in your notes.
Yeah?
Give me a break.
Interesting.
Don't you
Okay.
ever learn? Sending you to the scrap heap.
Pikachu's thoughts on it are interesting. So I can't tell if it's good interesting or bad interesting.
Must destroy.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we're friends on Facebook. We're friends on Discord.
Yeah.
Forget about Dr.
I mean, we gotta get
I don't know
the
what else
facts
we're friends
in
on.
here.
Exactly.
I think that's the only two. Oh yeah, and PlayStation.
Pikachu
I mean,
said good interesting. Also, you have been the most talking person in one of our podcasts so far, Pikachu.
yeah.
If I could give you a special badge or something, I totally would, but I haven't got that far in my
Yeah.
channel yet. I gotta get to like
I didn't
500
expect
subscribers,
someone
and
to
they
be
give me
this
the
strong.
memberships and stuff. I can start like adding like special emotes and things like that.
Hell yeah.
And I need to figure out how people make these badges and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. You know, we're still growing around here, okay? Still growing around here. But I appreciate you a lot
Don't think
for
I'll
being
lose
here
that
and,
easily.
you know, keeping up some banter with us and things like that. I do like that you have, you know, commentary and comments
Me
as we
lose to
went.
a dated bucket of bolts?
You are heavily damaged. Please use destroy.
Very
Oh,
live
right.
reaction style too, and I'm about that.
Like, yeah.
Data discrepancies aside, this is indeed.
Freaking, I'm trying to think of, like, I know I had other things planned, and I should have wrote these down more in my notes, but I cannot remember them for the life of me here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and after this here fight, end the podcast and turn us into a Xenoverse stream. So I hope to see you all here whenever we get to that. It's not finished yet. We still gotta fight Cell. But you know, and it sucks that, you know, I did have more questions from Mahari, but you know, the storm kind of put him off from that. Actually, I can kind of throw some of these questions at you. Let's not end it yet. Actually, let's ask Cat some questions. We're gonna get in final part of the show here. Cat origin questions. All right.
Cat lore.
Cat lore. Yep. That's what we're getting into.
Write them
We're
down,
gonna
boys, write them
get
down.
to know my co-host a little bit better here.
Write them down.
Alright.
Is your only chance.
So we talked a little bit about what kind of music and stuff you like earlier. You said all. Is there any like types of genres that like really stick out to you more than others? Like for me, anything played on acoustic guitar and then like hardcore like heavy rap, like heavy lyrical rap, like people that throw it out with heavy metaphors and things like that, things that make you think about their lyrics more. Are like the things that stick out to me the most, but I like literally all types of music.
Yeah, I mean, I do like all type, but I'm more up to like upbeat music, like EDM and stuff like that. Not like crazy E EDM.
What would you classify as crazy EDM?
Oh God, all these damn noises happening at once.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I like
you-
dubstep as well. Dubstep is really, I really enjoy dubstep, but you know, not crazy ones, like all the crazy things in it. But
Okay, so you like mild.
I like it tamed.
versions.
I like
Tamed.
mild, tamed dubstep. Yes.
Okay, I got you. Anything else?
I was thinking of something, but it like totally left my head.
I got you. So, one that a lot of people don't really rock with that I like a lot, and it's probably honestly one of my favorite formats of music, is classical music. I love all classical
I like
style
that.
instruments.
Oh,
I like
it just
hearing
came back to me. I
piano,
like
violin.
remixes as well.
Okay, remixes. I like acoustic
Yeah.
covers.
Yeah,
I like when somebody else takes somebody
honestly,
else's song and then plays it on acoustic guitar, but like an acoustic style of the original song.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Was the artist Voice Avenue? They do a lot of acoustic covers. I really rock with them. And then I don't really know like these people, but I do watch videos all the time that pop up where people do other like acoustic covers and things like that. And like I really rock with that.
I do like. I don't know if you've heard of it, funk before. Have you heard of funk?
Yeah, bro. I'm
Yeah.
old, cat. I've probably heard of music genres
I'm
you've never
I'm
heard
talking
of.
about like new funk.
Oh, new funk? No, bro. I'm
The
talking about
new
old
funk. I'm not talking about the old
We
funk.
got the funk. Yeah, I'm talking about old funk, bro. I don't know about new funk.
Yeah. I do like
I
listening
didn't know
to
there
that,
was
but
new funk.
yeah, there's new funk. I mean, some of them are crazy. Fucking like I'm talking about like crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm stepping away from those. I'm staying right next to the tame ones, the mild funk ones.
Nice to nature.
You got the funk.
I don't do that crazy stuff.
You again.
I got you.
Give me a
Because I don't get how you can listen to that.
Probably drugs, cat. Probably drugs.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that gets like really hardcore, it's more about how the music feels than how it sounds. And with those people, it's drugs. Cat.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
It's like, how?
Why don't you forget about Dr. Strobe?
Okay.
Life's about having fun.
Exactly why I suggest we kill the
So we talked a little bit about like the first animes and stuff that you watched, right?
Yeah.
Like, what about the original things that you saw in anime got you to the point where you want to watch more?
Oh.
Like, what was the factor that you like really got you into? Like, you're like, man, I need to watch some more of this.
The fighting.
Fighting?
Because I saw
Okay.
the fighting and was like, oh. I was like, so, this is what it is.
I'm not gonna lie,
So,
bro.
well,
For me,
the end was
it was
icing.
the same thing. Same when I was
Yeah,
a
I
little
saw the
kid.
fighting,
so,
was like,
the
ooh, I'm
fights
actually
were-
enjoying this.
Yeah, that's what I was about, man. Like I loved all the battles and stuff from Pokemon, and then moving from Pokemon to Dragon Ball Z, that was like a huge upgrade in fights.
Yeah.
Like, there was
Yeah,
blood, there was
I
people
went from
getting hit.
Pokemon to Yokai Watch to like fucking Dragon Ball.
That's crazy. And if I remember correctly, one of these times we talked about this, you said your dad got you into Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did.
So your dad was the original Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yep.
Okay. If you don't mind my asking, about how old is your dad, Kat?
44, I think.
Okay, so,
remember.
younger than my dad, but older than me. Not too much younger than my dad, though, My dad's about 48. He's gonna be 48 this year.
Come on, Gohan, let's get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dad wasn't really big into, like, anime and stuff like that, but there was, like... maybe there's kind of, like, older cartoon-style stuff, like the Johnny Quest, He-Man, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the big thing, my dad and my uncle on my dad's side got me into video games when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. I honestly stumbled upon gaming myself.
Oh, yeah? See,
Yeah.
that's probably going to be the question I ask you right after I give my gaming origin, then. So, my dad and my mom were really young when I was born, right? Like, they were teenagers, and I was a result of a teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
And so they used to take me to all their friends' houses and stuff a lot when I was younger. And my earliest memory playing a video game was on the Super Nintendo playing Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's my mom loves Mario games.
I remember getting to Bowser's Castle and one of their friends showing me a trick to get behind Bowser and get the hammer to break the bridge and like pretty much one-shot kill him.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest thing I had ever seen. And then my dad gets a PlayStation 1 and the game Mortal Kombat. Okay. And that flipped my little kid mind and perspective. I was not, when my grandma was around, allowed to play Mortal Kombat. In fact, when she was around, my dad, I'd ask my dad, like, no, you're not allowed to play Mortal Kombat. But the moment she'd leave, he'd be like, hey, come over here, quick.
W.
You know, so it was like my first experiences with gaming. And then whenever, I'm going to say about 7, 8 years old, they got me a Nintendo 64.
Nice.
And I had 2 games for that Nintendo 64. Okay? I had Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Pokemon Stadium. Okay? And let me tell you, even though it was my birthday and I got it first, I didn't get to touch that freaking Nintendo 64 for like 2 hours. Watching my dad and my mom play Pokemon Stadium.
My God.
Right? And then, like, some of the other games that we got, my dad doesn't remember this one too well for some reason, but we rented this game from Blockbuster that was called Buck Bumble. And still to this day, I can remember playing little missions of this little, you're like a bee or a wasp or something like that, but you're like an assassin. Like, it's literally James Bond, but you're a bee and you could fly.
Wow.
Like, there was all kinds of, like, little bug guns laying around. There was, like, these little, I don't know if they were termites, what they were. I'm assuming they were termites because they, like, spit acid out of their face and stuff like that. But there was a PvP mode that I used to play with my dad and my brother on there while we were renting the game. And on that map, there was this big bug that you could go inside. And I remember hiding inside the bug when I was a little kid and just waiting for, like, my dad or my brother to come around the outside, just pop out, snipe them real quick, and hide back in the little bug.
Heck yeah.
Right, but, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was the very first game that I ever beat on my own.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and, like, I did get some tips in the early game from one of my uncle's friends who had played and beat the game before. But, you know, I told him I didn't want too much, you know, being told to me. Like, he already told me there's a boomerang in the game. I was like, listen, man, I'll find it. I don't need to know where it is.
Let's use that to play a game.
And I did. Alright.
It'd be good to kill some.
You know, I was finally got to the point where I was like, I don't want people to tell me what's going to go on in a video game because I can figure it out for myself.
Don't you ever learn?
And the first time that, like, I started and actually, like, beat a game by myself, I got this big sense of accomplishment from it, and I think that's what got me into gaming the way I am now. You know, when I was younger, I was a big fan of Pokemon. I actually played Pokemon Blue before I could read.
Oh my gosh.
That was an interesting experience, let me tell you. My cousins hated me.
Can I kill you now? You're getting annoying.
I found out later, by the way, these weren't my real cousins. They were just some of my mom's friends that they, you know, calling my aunt and uncles and stuff, so I just thought they were my cousins. Turns out I only have a couple older cousins. I didn't have a bunch. Like, I literally have 2.
Not this active.
That are, like, the kids of, you know, the cousins of my mom and my dad and their younger. Otherwise, I have a whole bunch of cousins that are way older than me because, you know, they were my mom and my dad's cousins. So they're technically still my cousins, you know. I don't know exactly how this whole thing works, you know, with whole family and everything like that.
Yeah.
But It's just ever since then, I just, started playing more and more games, branching out. I will play any kind of game, but my favorites are like hack and slash kind of action-y type games or RPG games. Okay?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, kinda. I do like shooting games as well.
Growing up, I was a huge fan of fighting games, but from about 19 to now, I hadn't really been able to play any fighting games with people, so I kind of fell out of love with them because I don't really ever have.
Yeah. I like fighting games, but
you get online, and it's like the experience with a fighting game is either you're getting people that have no idea how to play the game and it's super freaking easy and you get bored real easy, or you get somebody that all they do is play the game and they're just like hardcore sweats and they're fucking showing you combos you didn't know existed.
Yeah.
That being said, the only game I played online that I was really, really good at was Injustice 2. I hardly ever lost a match on that game.
Oh, hell yeah. I played that one too.
Like, the only times I lost matches in PvP on that was when I first started playing PvP on that and realized the way people played.
I really liked the first one too. The first Injustice.
Yeah? Oh, man. I was banned from being frickin' Batgirl when the DLC characters came out. Okay. I played all of them, one at a time. Batgirl was actually the last one I played because I thought she would be the one I was least interested in. Turned out she'd be my favorite character in the entire game.
Until they added DLC characters, bro, my main was fucking Scorpion.
Was Scorpion in?
Yeah, Scorpion was in Injustice. Yeah, that's what I said. Until they added DLCs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought he was a DLC character. I didn't think he was original.
No, that's what I said. I was like, until they added DLCs, Scorpion was my main.
That would be after they added DLCs.
Yes.
Yeah. So before they added DLCs, my main was Shazam in Injustice 1.
Oh. Yeah, mine was, I think, Green Arrow. I go with Green Arrow.
Alright, man.
I think
Green Arrow would fucking rock hard in that game. Green Arrow, The Flash, Shazam, Batman. Those were my top characters in that game.
Yeah, Green Arrow was good at.
My brother was really good with like.
Whenever my family wants to play with me on Injustice, they'll fucking tell me to not play as Scorpion because it's not fair.
Hey, bro.
It's like they go, "You're too fucking good as Scorpion."
Hey, man, Scorpion's one of my favorite. Is my favorite.
I'm like, alright, fair points. I'll move somebody else.
Did you get kicked, Pikachu, or did you have to leave? Just curious. I'll remake the room if you just had to leave.
So there's a character that I don't know how to use. Well, that I do know how to use, but not know how to use at the same time.
I actually need to talk to Ginyu, so that's probably a good call. I didn't even think about that. Yep, Ginyu's ready to fight now. So that was a very good call, Pikachu. Thank you. I wouldn't even thought about it. I was just in talking mode for the podcast. So anyway, Kat, I would like to turn it to you. All right, with your gaming origin here, like, what was all that stuff? Like, what everything I was just talking about? Like, what games? Like, as you said you were self-discovered into games. So, like, how did you go about this journey?
Oh goodness. I don't even know how to start.
Well, start with this. What was the very first game you ever played?
Oh yeah, I told you it was that one Mortal Kombat game.
Okay. Yeah, Shaolin Monk.
It was like that. Yeah.
So how
it was like
did
3D.
you come across it? Yeah, it was 3D. You could walk around. It was adventure style. One person played.
Yeah, that's the first one I played.
Oh wow.
I saw a PlayStation. I'm like, well, I don't know what it was, but I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, Mortal Kombat, and whatever this is. I thought it was a movie at first, so yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so controllers over here. So I clicked start, well, on the disc, loaded it up, and then I realized, I was like, oh, this is not a movie. What is this?
So you think the
but I don't
PlayStation
know
was a
who.
DVD player?
Honestly, yes, I thought it was.
To be fair, when DVD players first came out, they were super expensive, and my uncle got a PlayStation 2 so we could watch DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was cheaper to buy a PlayStation 2 than it was to buy a DVD player.
Yeah. Then I started I was like, oh, you can play? So I was just playing through the story, and was like, oh, and our son's like, this is actually fun. Then I started researching and stuff. I was like, video games, huh?
Okay.
I was like, yep. I'm about to start my video game arc.
Yes. No, this is what we want to know about with your video game arc here, Cat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get from Shaolin Monks to your next game?
Oh. My next game was Call of Duty.
Which one?
Actually, the first one I played was Call of Duty Ghost.
Okay.
Because I didn't know because, of course, I was young and I didn't know how it went. I don't know what order it was from.
Yeah.
Like, what was the first Call of Duty? So I thought, Ghost. Sees how it goes. It was shooting. It was a shooter game.
Okay.
I was actually pretty good at it. I was like, yeah, I'm actually having fun playing this. I love killing people.
So, would that be your very first shooter game?
But yup. Then I went from Ghost to Black Ops 2. Until I got a little more order. Yeah. Because 2 was older than Ghost. I think. Yeah, older than Ghost. I don't know how I did that, but I was a little older by then. But I started playing Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 2 was fun. That's my favorite Call of Duty, actually, my all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when I had an Xbox 360. Thing is, I didn't grow up playing PlayStation. That's like the only PlayStation game I actually played was the Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yes, but I mostly grew up playing 360, the Xbox 360, because I had more games, and I bought games, and I played some games on them, and
360 growing up.
yeah,
Cool.
I'm an Xbox kid.
My first shooting game
Until
was...
PlayStation, until I was playing PlayStation, until I got into PlayStation. I was like, well, this is actually pretty cool too. I like the games on here, so I became, Xbox PlayStation person.
Well, for the longest time, I had all three consoles until they started becoming more expensive and I started having to choose.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had freaking, obviously the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1. We also had the original Nintendos at one point in time. My uncle gave me my first Game Boy, which was the big gray brick Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had two games for that. I had Wario Land, my bad. Not even Mario Land, Wario Land. So, and Tetris. And man, did I get good at both of those. Tetris I played for freaking ever until finally one of my friends gave me their copy of Yellow version because their parents bought them a new Yellow version because that one was messed up. So what would happen was I could not turn my game off.
Oh.
Or I would have to start it all the way over. So the first time I beat Pokemon Yellow version, I played the game straight all the way through without stopping.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like I got tired of restarting it. So one day I got up in the morning, I picked up the Game Boy, I put a fresh set of batteries in it, and I said I am not going to stop until I, get all the way to the end of this. It was not the first Pokemon game I played, but it was the first Pokemon game I owned. Oh, multi-lobby's down to 5 minutes. Right?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember how I first got into Pokemon.
Yeah? I
don't even know how that started.
Because it came on Cartoon Network when I was a kid. And then it was on what was it, Kids WB. That's also where I got introduced to like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
I forgot what I would watch it on. I think it was like Fox Kids or something like that. That's where I got introduced to things like Spider-Man and just all kinds of stuff. Those were the two main things I remember being a kid, besides when Toonami would come on Cartoon Network, that we really were like excited for watching. Especially like you get Saturday morning cartoons, you'd be jumping back and forth between Kids WB and Fox 23 because like the better shows would all be on at different times, you know, and there's like certain shows you didn't really care about, so you'd like skip those ones to watch this other one.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, you know, it was really just that got me into Pokemon. And of course, when I found out that they had games, I was like, hell yeah. Little did I know the games came first. Had no idea. Started liking Pokemon when your brother played Pokemon X? Okay, so you came in pretty late to the series. Because was it X and Y were the 6th generation, if I remember correctly, right?
I think the first one I played was on a 3DS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I feel old now, guys. Damn.
Hey, I didn't play. Hey, I wasn't born in like. I didn't get to play the Game Boys and.
Hey, you say you weren't born in the 1900s.
Game Boy Colors.
I get it. I'm old. Even though it was
I
late
want
1900s at the end. No, they're definitely.
I grew up. Yeah.
My first
I didn't
shooting
play
game-
the old Pokemon games on the Game Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. So my first shooting game was James Bond GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64.
Ooh.
And I actually was watching my dad play it, and I thought it was really cool because he had all kinds of little gadgets and stuff, and the guns and all that stuff. And so I started slowly learning it myself because I sucked at that game at the first. Like I remember playing the very first mission, walking around the corner, and just getting fucking annihilated by the NPCs. Like I missed every shot. Like it definitely took a while for me to like get into it, and then when I finally got to where I could like actually aim and clear through a level, that's when I started focusing on like, oh, there's all these optional objectives I can do, and that's gonna unlock more of the game for me. And also by then, I already had a bunch of stuff to play around with because my dad had already beat the game and unlocked all the cheats. So like he'd already beat the game on all the highest difficulties. Like he cleared it.
Yeah.
So like I got to start off playing around with Big Head and paintball mode and stuff like that. Got to turn on the golden gun. You know, which was one-shot kills back in the day.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted that golden gun. Second shooting game I ever played was Perfect Dark, also on the Nintendo 64. Right. And then I didn't really play any other shooting games. Right? Like I played games where you could shoot and stuff, but that wasn't like the main focus of the game. Like I played a lot of Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. But the first like actually like Call of Duty-esque game I ever played was Medal of Honor Rising Sun on the PlayStation 2 and on the GameCube. We had it on both. And that's what got me into this kind of stuff. And then at some point, because, you know, we always had the PlayStation and Nintendo products in our house. Xbox wasn't a thing yet. Okay? And then after it had been a while, my uncle Nick from Phoenix, Arizona, because that's where he was going to college at, sent me a Xbox that one of his friends had modded to have, I don't know how much fucking memory space, because we had 50,000 plus blocks used and 50,000 plus blocks remaining. All I know is no matter what I put on that game and no matter how much we played that Xbox, we could never fill that memory.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro had swapped out some parts and enhanced the memory of the Xbox. And he had sent us a litany of games, like freaking a few James Bond games, so I got to play some newer James Bonds, so that, you know, got me into it. One of them was GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I thought that was freaking cool. You basically James Bond, but with superpowers. You're not even James Bond in that game. He dies in the beginning of the game. You watch him die. Right? And, you know, it was just like, oh, that started my liking being villains in games. That was my start of my villain arc, right?
Yep. Understandable.
But there was another game, and there was Ghost Recon 2. I'd never played a Ghost Recon before that. Other than Medal
I
of Honor.
love playing that one.
I had never
Ghost
played
Recon 2.
any freaking like war games besides Medal of Honor before that point, and this was like the most in-depth war game I had ever played in my life. Like they sent you on these crazy missions, like behind enemy lines and things like that. We had to go through jungles, blow up bridges. You actually had to hide and be stealthy. Had night vision goggles, all that stuff, man. You know, freaking. I was like, dang, the guy that made Splinter Cell made this. You know, I thought that was the coolest stuff.
Bro, I had to step up
growing up, but that was on the OG Xbox.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't play the OG.
Oh man, and my favorite game on the OG Xbox, still to this day, Fable. I
like Fable actually.
Oh, I love Fable. And then on the Xbox 360, I finally got to play because my uncle Danny had bought a collection of Fable games. It was Fable 1. Fable 1 Lost Chapters, and Fable 2.
Ooh. And
so I just played Fable 1 The Lost Chapter, because all it was is literally Fable 1, but with more stuff. So that's the one I ended up playing for the first time there. And I thought it was cool how they added like a whole extra story after the end. And they added a bunch of new spells and things like that. And then, you know, I had already rocked with Fable 2 originally when it first came out. It was like a separate thing, so I already knew what I was doing when I got to that. But also, I had lost my Xbox by then, so I was playing off my Uncle Danny's Xbox.
Oh.
And to be clear, my Uncle Danny is my grandpa's brother, so he's my great uncle technically. He's just like, he was really cool and like into tech and stuff like that. He was the guitar man. Bro had his whole house at one point covered wall to wall in guitars.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
nice.
He is fairly good at playing the guitar and missing a finger. Like, he has to play it differently than everybody else because he's missing his middle finger. But that being said, he's still really good at it with only 4 fingers. Only 3 usable on the guitar, really, because he uses his thumb to hold the neck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just the whole thing, you know? There's a lot of good history going on here with all of that, you know? I still remember when the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 first came out, man. We'd gotten the PlayStation 3 first, but eventually we got a black Xbox 360 Elite. And mainly, we got it because Fable 2 came out. And that wouldn't be the first time that me or anybody from my family got a console just because one game came out either. I bought the Nintendo Switch. A whole Nintendo Switch when it first came out for one game and one game only. Cat, can you make a guess? Give you a hint. My favorite game series was involves the first game I ever beat, which was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
That pretty much should tell you the answer there. Yes, Breath of the Wild. I bought an entire Nintendo Switch for Breath of the Wild. Because there was no way I was about to not play a new freaking Legend of Zelda game when it first came out. I'd already missed getting to play freaking Skyward Sword because I didn't have the damn
then
Wii
after that, you
out.
got Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, and I got that one on release, bro. I pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom.
I wanted Switch so I can play those games, dude.
Yeah.
I want to play Legend of Zelda so bad, bro.
And while they do have a different vibe to them, right? Hey, you got the Switch for Smash Bros? Respect. That was also the second game I ever bought from a Nintendo Switch was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh yeah, I'm bad at Super Smash Bros.
Oh, bro, Super Smash Bros. Has been one of my favorite game series, literally since the Nintendo 64. Super Smash Bros. 1. Little do people know, there's actually a Super Smash Bros. 2 for the Nintendo 64 too. Not many people got to play that one. And then the third one is Melee. After Melee is Brawl. Right? And then we got Ultimate, and I heard they're supposed to be making a new one for the Switch 2. And I don't know if I'll be playing that one at release, because I still have my qualms about the Switch 2. Like, of course I want one, but, like, at the same time, I feel like Nintendo's taken some things too far. So maybe I'll have one day, if, you know, things calm down a little bit with them.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, it's not really on my priority list. But
Not
that being
going
said,
bad.
I also really want one because I want to play Pokemon Legends VA when it comes out. But I also saw that it's going to be available for the Switch 1, just not, you know, as good quality as the Switch 2 version. Like, the differences in the versions look pretty dramatic, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know exactly how I'm going to feel about that. But that being said, I'm also going to blindly just buy Borderlands 4. Not really blindly, because I've been doing all kinds of research on it. But regardless of me doing the research or not, I was buying Borderlands 4. Ever since Borderlands 1, I have fell in love with that series, and it is literally one of my favorite series in gaming, period. Like, as much as I love Ocarina of Time and the Legend of Zelda series in general, Final Fantasy, all of the Final Fantasies, but my favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 12. Okay. To be specific. Right? Much as I love all these games, Kingdom Hearts, all of that stuff, I'm honestly thinking that Borderlands is starting to become, like, my absolute favorite series. Like, the more I play it, it's just... I can't keep myself away from Borderlands. Okay? I try.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I
I
try.
also played the first game. Thing is, when I played Borderlands, the first Borderlands was actually the first Borderlands I played. So
Hey,
I'm so
W.
glad I played the first one.
I am glad you played the first one too, because a lot of people that don't get like the lore and stuff for Borderlands because they missed Borderlands 1 and 2, and then they just played 3.
It's because I knew to play the first one because I was little older. I was older. So it was like I saw 2. I was like, I'm gonna play the first one.
See, I kind of got lucky, as in my friend Thomas introduced me to Borderlands 1, and then while I was playing Borderlands 1 and getting close to the end of the game, that's when he told me that I was like, hey, I didn't tell you this when we first started playing, but there is a Borderlands 2 out. So I went out and immediately found the Game of the Year edition, because they'd already had it out with all the DLCs by the time I found out about Borderlands 2. And I started to play the crap out of it so much that my first game that I ever pre-ordered was Borderlands the pre-sequel. And man, let me tell you how hyped I was about that whole exchange with Borderlands the pre-sequel. Because I could not contain my excitement. I was going to get to play a Borderlands game for the very first time at release day. Right, and I had bought the freaking season pass, so I was getting all the DLC too when they came out.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, there was so much hype behind that. Oh no, our universe is falling behind. Yeah, we gotta grind these missions. Our universe is getting lackluster on the grind.
Oh great.
So now I got a question. Because he says he first got into Smash Bros. Because of Brawl, which is still his favorite Smash game to this day. What did you think about Ultimate, Pikachu, if you're still here? Whenever it came out, like the structure that they did with trying to add every character from the previous games and all that, and then all the new DLC characters they started adding. Like, what was your opinion?
Steve from Minecraft. That's all I gotta say.
Steve from Minecraft.
Steve from Minecraft.
I haven't got to play since they added him, so I don't know how he plays. I also haven't got to play with Sora or anything like that yet. Last character that I got to play as that they added was the Piranha Plant.
I want to play, this is the most unrelated question, but I want to play Sonic Crossworlds, I think it's called.
Oh, Cross Races, or the Cross, yeah.
Cross Race, yeah.
Yeah, the one where they're
that
freaking,
newest racing Sonic game.
Absolutely peak.
Hatsune Miku,
Yeah,
SpongeBob,
I actually
Persona.
heard that due to all the crossovers that they have for the new Sonic
Mhm.
Racing game, I heard that there's a lot more people that are hyped about that than the new Mario Kart. And
Yeah,
it's not hiding
honestly,
behind a
I'm
giant
more hyped
paywall.
about Sonic.
You're
Yep,
Pika main?
I am
Like Pikachu
more
main?
hyped about the Sonic.
On Smash Bros, I am a Link main on Smash Bros. Link has been my character since the very first Super Smash Bros. That's just my boy, bro. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Legend of Zelda series. So.
All I gotta say is, whenever I get Sonic, bro, I'm playing as Hatsune Miku.
Although one of my other characters that I love playing as is
as soon as I heard Hatsune Miku was gonna be a free character in Sonic Racing, oh buddy.
Oh yeah. And I also
buddy.
really like playing as Mewtwo.
You're gonna have to fucking fight me for Hatsune Miku.
I'm really good with Captain Falcon. I'll make you mad with Captain Falcon most times.
I'm like, if you want Hatsune Miku, fight me for her.
Hey, bro, yeah, you're good. I'll probably be Shadow.
Yeah. Oh, you were Shadow, bro.
Yeah, Shadow's my
yeah, if we're gonna play,
character.
yeah, we're gonna play Sonic Racing together. You're gonna have to fight me, Shadow.
No, bro, you done said you're getting Hatsune Miku.
Hey, I fucking love Shadow too.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about actual Sonic characters, like in front of Sonic era, like reverse Shadow. I like Shadow.
I'm up there with Shadow. He said, "Try me then." Okay. Oh, you're also a Mario main too. Okay.
I love the Hot Topic Hedgehog.
Have to, play some freaking Smash Bros sometime.
But
I have to get back into it. I haven't played it in years.
I probably mostly be playing as Hatsune Miku.
Freaking, my girlfriend actually has Smash Brothers Ultimate. I'm gonna have to put hers in my Switch because somebody. So I have the case for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Somebody stole the game out of my case and just left the case.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't realize it until I have no idea how long later. Because it had been a while, and it had probably been a couple of years since the last time I played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I was like, man, I really want to play some Super Smash Bros. Opened my case, the game was gone. I was so fucking pissed. I'm very meticulous about my games. Okay, they always go back into their original case. I don't like mixing them up, swapping them, anything like that. So, like, there should have been no reason my game was not in its case. And that was not the only game that they got away with, as it turned out. Because I was also missing my Breath of the Wild and my freaking Pokemon Shield version. So they stole 3 games from me.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very upsetting. But luckily my girlfriend has Ultimate, so I can play it again. I wish I knew how to stream off the Switch, because I think that'd be interesting, do some Switch streams at some point.
I'm gonna let you know, I am more of a Sonic fan than Mario.
More of a Sonic fan than Mario?
Yes.
I can get behind that. I like the Sonic games more than Mario. But I also like faster-paced things. Also, you say you're a Mario main? I bet you are really annoying with that cape, huh? The reflect cape. Actually, does he still have the reflect cape in the newer games?
I don't know.
Because I know they changed up Mario's moveset at one point.
Thing is, I have played,
Melee Mario was peak Mario. I remember that much.
Yeah, I mean, when I was visiting North Carolina, I did play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the family. It says I didn't play as Mario, I played as Sonic.
Hey, bro. So Sonic's a badass
character. I don't really know that one.
Yeah. Sonic's a pretty badass character. One of my favorite newer characters they added to play as is Incineroar. I like playing as Incineroar.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked Great Ninja when they first introduced him, too. But, I kind of miss when they had freaking Charizard separate from the other Pokemon. It was in the 3DS version of Super Smash Brothers. I thought that was a pretty cool take on it. But at the same time, I do understand why and respect that they switched him back into the Pokemon Trainer character. You know, having the swap with Ivysaur and Squirtle. Also, kind of weird that the character has Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. Like, each one's at a different stage.
There's
in
only
evolution.
2 reasons why I like Eevee. First one is he's awesome. He or she is awesome and cute, and he or she's got fucking all types of evolution.
Almost. Has
Almost
exactly
all
half
types.
of them. Has exactly half
Yeah.
of them. And that's thanks to Sylveon, by the way. If Sylveon didn't exist, we would only have 7 evolutions, and we wouldn't have half the elements. Which
You
is
want
why...
Dark Eevee? Got you, bro. Embryon.
Which is why I'm still surprised that they're holding off on the other 8 elements, freaking typings for Eevee. Where's my Steel Eevee at? Where my Rock
grass.
Eevee? Where my
Here you go.
Dragon Eevee?
Pixie.
Yeah, we do got glass, ice, fire, lightning, water, dark, psychic,
Yeah.
fairy type, which, if y'all don't know, fairy type was a last minute change. When it was first coming out, it was originally going to be light type. But apparently they couldn't get behind that in every country, so fairy type was easier for them to add.
Eevee just looks like a puppy.
Which is why
Probably
some of the fairy type Pokemon, you're like, okay, I can see why this is fairy type. And then some of them, you're like, how is this a fairy type? That's because originally it was going to be light
However, base Eevee is my favorite Eevee.
He says Umbreon, Sylveon, Jolteon, easily his fave. So my favorite evolutions are Umbreon, Glaceon, and Jolteon.
Yeah, mine's just Eevee, Umbreon, and some other ones.
That being
Most
said,
is just Eevee and
I
Umbreon.
use Vaporeon the most out of all of them. And
I also
it's
like
because
that
of the
flame
moveset
one.
in the games, though. Oh, Flareon?
Flareon, yeah.
I think that Eevee needs the other evolutions, but one of them that it desperately needs, where's the normal type evolution? Where is the non-influenced by outside forces, give us like a level him up without any of the extra conditions until he's level 40 and he evolves kind of thing? I need a normal type evolution. I need to see Eevee just fucking grow to what it would have been without all these outside forces.
Oh, yeah, what he actually looked like when he evolved, that's just a regular Eevee. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Super Nerd Pikachu says Eevee is number 1 on the list.
Hell yeah!
I do like Eevee. A friend of mine growing up, her name was Amy. She was really big into Eevee, and I was really big into Charmander growing up. And as I got older, my liking of Charmander evolved as he evolved into Charizard. But Charizard was my favorite, or Charmander, when I was younger, was my favorite Pokemon. And he's still one of my favorite Pokemon. But Charizard, you know, that's my boy. And my favorite form of Charizard is Shiny Charizard, because, bro, who would not want a freaking black fire-breathing dragon that's not a dragon type? Like, it just looks badass. Love Shiny Charizard. Really, I love all the freaking black shiny Pokemon, because black's my favorite color, but...
Ooh, I like Vulpix.
Vulpix?
Is another good one. Yeah.
I really like Vulpix too, but you know what I'm really...
And the Ninetales.
I love Alolan Vulpix.
Yeah, Alolan Vulpix, yes.
Yeah, I actually freaking... One of my teams on Sun and Moon, I had both regular and Alolan Vulpix.
Yeah, Ninetales, I think. Yeah.
Yep, Ninetales for both forms.
Yeah.
One's ice, one's fire. Really the only difference.
Yeah, Ninetales, I like that one too.
Yeah, I like the lore of Ninetales. Named your Eevee Fifi? Oh yeah? You wouldn't like Eevee without Let's Go Eevee? Okay. I didn't get to play Let's Go Eevee, and that's because, and I have it right here next to me actually. I don't know, you guys can hear it rattling around in there.
Yeah, I heard it, yes.
Let's Go Pikachu! is the one that I ended up getting. Because, you know, yellow version nostalgia. I was very close to buying Eevee instead of Pikachu. But...
Hey, original
version
Vulpix is pretty cool
nostalgia
too.
Blown out for me.
But I really like the
more
white.
than original. I can
But
agree
low
with
level
that.
picks, yeah, because I like the white.
Also, freaking, what is that Pokemon game that is, it's free, you can play it on, like, a phone or a Switch. You have to, like, capture points and, like, dunk them into goals. It's kind of like, Pokemon version of League of Legends. I can't remember.
Played that
Pokemon
game.
Unite! Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, I love that one.
My two mains are Charizard and Alolan Vulpix.
I have a Santa costume for
Slash
Pikachu.
Hell yeah, I don't think I have any costumes for anyone. If I do have a costume, it's probably for Charizard. Charizard's my main, but my backup
I
is,
need to play. Thing is, I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck my login is, but I don't have Unite anymore.
I don't have to worry about that because I had it on my Switch. So it logs in with my Nintendo account.
Pokemon Unite, I really like that one.
Yeah, no, I really like that too, and I need to play it again. Holy cat crap! Guess what place I am on the weekly team placement?
4.
47. You're close.
47.
You
Damn.
got one of the numbers right.
I'm actually downloading Pokemon Unite as we speak.
Oh shit, bro! I used to play that every night. Just freaking wind down for bed. And then, like, I had made a whole group, and I had a bunch of friends that were playing it, and then everybody stopped playing it at once, and then I couldn't get anybody, like, good on any teams, so then I kind of fell off.
Crazy.
She said, Pikachu said, sadly, they lost it because they misplaced it, and they're still trying to find a replacement. Oh, man. I'm sorry that you lost your Let's Go Eevee. But I can feel you on that, because when I was younger, I had 2 Digimon games that I really liked. They were for the DS, Digimon World Dusk and Dawn. And I forgot what kind of like little 4th of July festival thing that my mom took me and my brother to. But the little picnic fucking table blanket thing we were sitting at and on. I had dropped them, and for the life of us, we could not find them anywhere. They had fell out of my pocket somehow while I was sitting down. And man, was I distressed. And I've still, to this day, was able to find replacements for that. But anyway, guys, I think this will be a good point to close the podcast off with. We're going to get some new notes and stuff. Kat, there is something I want to talk about, and I would want us to both watch it. Have you watched any of Fire Force?
A couple. I think like 3 episodes.
Okay, so we may have to come back to this later, because I was wanting us to watch and talk about Fire Force Season 3. But I'm also down, you know, if we're going to be watching any kind, like if we want to start just watching some together and stuff like we were, I'm down to start that one from the beginning. Again.
Sure, yeah.
It's been a while since I watched it.
I do like watching anime with people.
Yeah, and thank you, Pikachu. I'm sorry for your loss as well. Anyway, everybody.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
Finish up. You go.
No, I was gonna say.
About to close. You finish up
I was about to say maybe the Fire Force is an anime that I really hate, but maybe the more I get into it, the more I like it. Because when I first watched, I think it's called Shield Hero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw a couple of episodes and was like, alright, I don't like this. But I kept on watching and was like, oh, I'm starting to actually like this.
You know what anime is like that for me? And ironically, it's now my favorite anime. One Piece. I hated One Piece at first.
Honestly,
I first watched
same.
it when I was younger, but I think the reason why I didn't like it, because I watched it up to a certain point, and I quit watching it, and I didn't watch it for a very long time. I was about 17 years old before I started watching it again. Right? I was reading the manga. I started reading the manga, and that's why I started giving the anime a chance again. Because I was liking the manga, but I did not like the anime. I think it was the 4Kids dub. 4Kids dub absolutely ruined One Piece for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I think that's the reason I didn't like One Piece. The voice actors were terrible. They replaced Sanji's cigarettes with lollipops. Like, make it make sense.
For real.
I had no idea what was going on. They sped through the anime, because I remember getting to the Brodier in like 10 episodes. When I rewatched that shit, that was like episode 30-something.
Yep.
So that was very crazy. But yeah, I absolutely did not like One Piece at first when I first
Yeah,
started watching
honestly,
it.
same until I
That
got
one-
actually more into it.
Yeah, that one took time, and now it's my favorite anime. Like, I read the manga.
I mean, yeah,
obviously, I do a
One Piece is
workout
up
to
there
it
for
every
me.
morning. Like, it is at the top. And it just barely beats out Dragon Ball for me. Barely. Because I fucking
All I
love
gotta
Dragon
say
Ball.
is, Dragon Ball is all-time favorite, but Sword Art Online is like number one. But Dragon Ball is just up there. It's not even place. It's just up there.
Dragon Ball is like...
It's in a
listen.
special place in my heart.
Yeah, it's like... This is like all... The number one place is under where Dragon Ball is.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball is freaking triple S class, ultra.
Dragon Ball gets a placement, and it's called my heart. But Sword Art Online is number one. But Dragon Ball is my heart.
Oh man. So some of the things that 4Kids dubbed back in the day were so freaking bad. So bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah.
so horrible, bro.
I'm glad that they got full on to Funimation with that one. You can go look up some of the old 4Kids dub lines. Like they were really bad. Like Mihawk was like hardcore French, things like that. Like they gave a lot of people over exaggerated accents and things like that. A lot of the characters sounded weird.
What's up with the AI girl?
Yeah. But anyway,
Sorry.
everyone,
Some guy
I am
sent me
going
a
to be
photo.
starting a Xenoverse stream up here really soon. I'm going to take my dogs outside. I'm going to eat a little something real quick, get myself prepared, get me a new water. But this will be the end of our podcast for this week. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button. We will be back here next Wednesday, a little bit earlier. We only were later this week because we had to wait for our guest, Mahari. We don't have a guest for next week. It's just me and Kat.
Yeah.
All right. And we're probably going to start closer to our usual time, which we try to start around 2 p.m. my time, so 2 p.m. Central. Yes, I have 7 dogs, Pikachu. And they are all multiple different sizes. Like, if you took our dogs from the smallest to the largest, they would just increase in size as they go, all the way up to Boss's huge butt, who is a standard poodle Brittany Rottweiler mix. This boy is huge and still growing. I'm just a baby. I'm only a year old. Yes, we have 7 dogs and 1 cat, but also I have a lot of land. They got a lot of places to run. Like, they're well taken care of. They have lots of space. It's just good in general. So what happened is, when me and my girlfriend got together, she had 2 dogs. I had 4 dogs, so I was the... She said, "Don't care, give me one."
Somebody wants one of these little rats?
No, they're ours.
Well, we can spare one.
Who would you get rid of?
I probably shouldn't say
Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. she over here, like, she gets annoyed by him, but she wouldn't give one away either. Anyway, guys, thank you all. Make sure to go check out ChillenCat's channel also, my amazing co-host here. You know, he is in with a lot of streams with me all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Bro's a bro. He holds it out. We're out here trying to get famous together, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you all for watching, for your likes, for your views, and your subs, everything you got. Thank you all, and we will see you here very shortly.